A spot for first place in the Eastern Division is on the line tonight in Harwich as the YD Red Sox travel east to White House Field to face off against the first place Harwich Mariners on a cool, cloudy night here on Cape Cod. Just a point separating the two in the standings, and with the win, the Red Sox would jump the Mariners in the standings and take over first place in the East. We welcome you fieldside here at White House Field alongside Brandon Pelter. I'm TJ Matheson, and Brandon, the red-hot Red Sox 5-1 in their last 6 contests. Red hot going into this contest. Offense firing on all cylinders and a chance to take first here today.
And I think it's a huge opportunity for YD. I think in years past, especially when they won 3 straight, it was slow starts, much like we saw this year for YD. Took them a little bit to get going, and we've seen that here. But if history repeats itself, YD's in for a very good season.
Harwich entering the game like they did last week. Top pitching staff on the Cape, a team ERA of 2.47. Here's the lineup that will oppose them today. From Scott Pickler's ball club, leading off in center field will be Zach Ashford. Batting second, the designated hitter Noah Campbell. Batting third, the first baseman Andrew Dashbach. Batting fourth and cleaning up, the left fielder Quinn Cotton. Batting fifth, the shortstop Christian Koss. Batting sixth, the right fielder, Johnny DeLuca. Batting seventh, the third baseman, Nick Quintana. Batting eighth is Andrew Martinez. And rounding out the 9 will be Adam Kerner doing the catching duties for the ball club tonight. On the mound for the Mariners will be Kyle Mora, sophomore out of UCLA. Just 1 game so far this season. Back on June 20th. 4-3 loss at Bourne. Just 2 2/3 innings. 3 runs, 2 of them earned. 5 strikeouts across just 1 walk. An ERA under 2 this season at UCLA. 34 appearances out of the bullpen. 1 game start. So that first pitch on the way to Zach Ashford will miss low for ball 1. Ashford entering the game on a 5-game hitting streak. 1 for 4 yesterday. And a 10-4 win against the Orleans Firebirds at Red Wilson Field. The righty will wind and fire home the next pitch. Ashford will show bunt right through it for strike 1. Defense across the diamond for the Mariners. Ben Norman out in left field. Matt Gorski in center. Chris Galland in right. Across the infield, third base, Aaron Shunk. Shortstop, Tanner Morris. Second base, Nate Eichhoff. First base, Andre Lipsius. It's the next pitch on the way to Ashford. Will catch the strike zone at the knees. 1-2. The count on Zach. And Brad Debo from NC State will do the catching tonight for Kyle Mora out of UCLA. Left-hander Ashford behind in the count. A ball and 2 strikes here on an upper 60s night, cloudy night here in Harwich. It's the 1-2. That'll miss outside, even up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And I think from the YD offense recently, we've learned what a lot of coaches like to say. Hitting is contagious. Offense is contagious. And when a couple guys get going, the rest of the lineup does as well. That's what we've seen of late.
Ashford, one of the more consistent presences on top of the lineup as he'll pop that one out into center field. In comes Gorski from center field. He's got a beat on it and will squeeze it for out number 1. That'll bring up Noah Campbell.
And I think something that we've seen from Zach Ashford that he's done so well in that leadoff spot is he's worked count. He's fought off pitches there, flying out on the 2-2 pitch, shorts and out. You don't get on base, but you allow those guys in the dugout to really get a good look at the pitcher out there on the bump.
Good veteran presence, just finishing up his junior season at Fresno State. Here's Noah Campbell, designated hitter for today's ball game. Moore will wind and fire home the first pitch. Swings right over the top of an off-speed offering. 0-1 the count on Campbell.
Campbell during BP today was taking some extra grounders off the fungo bat and actually took a wacky hop and a ball came up and caught him up high.
More out of the windup. Here's the next pitch on the way. That'll miss low for a ball. 1-1 the count on Campbell. During the game, a .350 batting average and a 4-game hit streak. 3 for 5 yesterday with a double. Moore shaking off his catcher Debo behind home plate. He'll wind. Next pitch on the way. Catches the strike zone on the inside corner. Count now, ball and 2 strikes on Campbell. Harwich Mariners tonight, cream-colored uniforms, red socks, red stirrup socks to go along with the red hats for YD. Red jerseys, white pants, red cleats. Mora winds. Here's the 1-2. Misses outside. Evens up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Umpires for tonight's ball game, Jeff Merzell behind home plate, Jim Fonseca at first, and John Leeds over at third. Campbell step into the left side. Here's the 2-2, lined up into right field for, and that will drop in front of the right fielder, Gallant, for a base hit. Noah Campbell, for the second straight game, checks in with a hit in the first inning. And there's a runner on for YD, one out, and here comes Andrew Dashbach to the plate.
Dashbach, always loved to see him coming up with a guy on base because he really has the capability to drive the ball to all fields. We've seen him most of his power this season coming right, but yesterday the home run to left center field, he can really put the ball wherever he wants.
Made his debut at this ballpark way back the first time YD played Harwich this season. Cranked a double off the right field wall. So he'll step in batting third today. Winding the first pitch from Mora. That'll catch the outside corner for strike one. These two saw each other while playing in the Pac-12 this season. Dashbach looks down to Scott Pickler, the third base coach for YD, to get his signs. Step back in the batter's box. Slight wind. Flag moving just a tiny bit out beyond the right center field fence behind the scoreboard. Mora will throw over to first. Campbell dives back in time. Dan Jaffe coaching over at first base for YD. Quinn Cotton, the cleanup man, will stand on deck. Mora now set on the rubber. Looks in at Debo. There's one, the next pitch. There goes Campbell from first. The throw down to second is not in time. Noah Campbell steals second base here in the first inning. Something YD has struggled with immensely on the season. Just 12 for 22 on stolen bases, but good jump by there from Noah Campbell. Ball was low in the dirt for ball one. That'll even up the count on Dashbach, but good jump there from Campbell. Now a runner in scoring position.
And I think that's just like you see guys with the bats. Takes a little bit of time for them to get going at the start of the season. Same deal here. Picking up signs, getting better reads on pitchers. Takes a little bit to get back in the swing of things. That's not going to stop Pick from being aggressive.
1-1 the count on Dashbach. So swing and foul that one down the first base line and out of play. So a swarm of kids will run towards that ball to collect it. The count now, ball and 2 strikes on the third straight YD hitter. Dashbach entering the day at .364 batting average. He's 2 for 4 yesterday with a 2-run home run in the second inning of yesterday's win versus Orleans. Morris stares in at Debo. Gets his sign again. Here's the wind and the 1-2 to Dashbach. That'll miss down and away for ball 2, 2-2 the count.
I think YD as a whole at the plate has just been so disciplined recently. That's led to a big spike in the offense as well, not chasing pitches, giving themselves even with 2 strikes. Just waiting for that right pitch, fouling off pitches, and really forcing the pitcher to put a good pitch past you.
YD coming into this matchup, top offense in the Cape. First in average, first in OPS, second in runs, fewest strikeouts. Here's the wind into 2-2. Misses. Actually will catch the outside corner. Tad late call from the home plate umpire, Jeff Merzel, but no argument from Dashbach. He'll stride back to the dugout, and there's now 2 down for YD here in the first.
Just on the inside corner there. That one kind of froze him, started the swing, and stopped the hands. A ball that he just could not get the barrel on.
Here's Quinn Cotton. He'll stride to the plate. .340 batting average on the season here. Week 3 of the Cape League season. Moore now runner on second. 2 outs here in the first. Next pitch on the way. Roped out into center field, but a beat on it. Groski barely has to move out there in center field. He's under it for out number 3. Noah Campbell left stranded at second base after the single. We head to the bottom half of the first inning. No score here from White House Field. You're listening to YD Red Sox baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Bottom half of the first inning, no score from White House Field between the Red Sox and the Harwich Mariners. Here's the lineup for Harwich tonight. First place in the Eastern Division, leading off the designated hitter Cam Thompson. Batting second, the right fielder Chris Gallen. Batting third, the third baseman Aaron Shunk. Batting cleanup, the shortstop Tanner Morris. Batting fifth, the first baseman Andre Lipsius. Batting sixth, Nate Eichhoff, the second baseman. Batting seventh, the catcher Brad Debo. Batting eighth, the center fielder Matt Gorski. And rounding out the nine for the Mariners tonight will be the left fielder Ben Norman. And facing them on the mound today, someone who's been spectacular for YD, that's Brant Herter.
He has really been the ace for the Red Sox. 2 starts, a 1-0 record, and through 10 innings pitched, an ERA of sub 1.9 with 13 strikeouts to go along with that. And the game that he got a no decision, the 1-1 tie against Chatham, he only allowed a run.
And he's coming off an outing about a week ago at Falmouth. Really got this YD run going. A 1-0 win that. 5 innings, just 1 hit and 7 strikeouts. So he'll dig in on the mound. And he'll face Cam Thompson, the designated hitter for tonight's ball game for the Mariners. 372 average. So Herter will wind and fire home the first pitch. It's over for a strike. This being game number 16 for the Harwich Mariners. 3 for 5 yesterday with a double. It's the one, the next pitch from Herter. Swing and a miss. Blows a fastball right by him. Herter quickly ahead. No balls and 2 strikes.
Against Falmouth, throwing the one hitter with quotation marks up there. That one hit we thought could have been an error, really.
It's the wind in. The 0-2. Misses high with a fastball. 1-2 now the count on Thompson.
But Herter did such a good job of just getting ahead of hitters, putting himself in a good spot.
The wind up. Here's the 1-2 again. Bounces an off-speed pitch in there. Evens up the count at 2-2. His control has been excellent so far this season. Just 4 walks in those 10 innings. Here's the wind and the 2-2. Swung on and chopped to the right side of the infield. Charging as Martinez. He fields. Throws on to first in time. Pretty play there from Andrew Martinez. Charging in deep from the hole at second base for out number 1.
Really nice play there from Andrew Martinez, having to come in on that ball, especially for a guy that's really been all over the infield here for the Red Sox early throughout the first quarter of this season. We've seen him at third and shortstop as well as second base, and that is a huge difference just from angles and seeing the ball come off the bat.
Here's Chris Gallen, the right fielder. So first pitch will plunk him. Argument from Herter there. Gallen, the speedy Gallen that is, will jog down to first base and instantly a threat on the bases for the Mariners.
Boy, how about this 1-2 punch from Harwich, the leadoff hitter, and Thompson that was retired. 16 swipe bags. Gallen, the 2-man, 28 stolen bases at BC.
Well, Kerner needs to be very alert behind the home plate. Here's Aaron Shunk, the third baseman. Winded fire on the first pitch. That one is roped foul down the first base line. Shunk entering this day just 4 for 10 so far in 10 at-bats. It's 3 for 6 with an RBI yesterday in Harwich's 10-3 win. Gallen being held on by Dashbach over at first. He takes his lead. So wanted to fire home the first pitch. That one is roped out into left field, but Quinn Cotton drifting back has a beat on it, and he's there for out number 2. Gallen goes about halfway and will scoot back to first base. Easy fly out to left field for Brant Herter, and there's 2 down.
Shunk got a good piece of that one, but just couldn't quite drive it enough there to pretty much straight away. Left field got under that ball just a bit. And for Quinn Cotton, fairly routine play.
Big field here at White House Field. 330 down the left field line, 400 feet to dead center, 330 feet down the right field line. Or we'll throw over to first. Gallen back in time.
Looks like so much outfield, but still just 330 down both the left field and right field lines. Not too difficult if one of these hitters can turn on a pitch.
Herter set on the rubber. He'll wind and fire home the next pitch. That'll miss away for a ball. 1-0 the count. Though it seems every time we watch batting practice or just in the game, the ball just doesn't seem to carry quite the same. than it does here post other ballparks. Here's the one in expects. There goes Gallen from first. Throw down to second by Kerner is not in time. A head first slide into second base by Chris Gallen, just getting under the tag of Christian Koss. That pitch was a ball outside. So 2-0 the count now on Tanner Morris. And Gallen now in scoring position.
That throw a touch late. Koss able to get it on that shoulder, the front shoulder of Gallen. But he got a great jump, a walking lead, and then was able to take off on first movement there from Herter.
Not a bad throw at all by Adam Kerner. Right on the base, just not in time to get the speedy Gallen. Herter will wind and fire home the 2-0, and that one's grounded right back up the middle. Koss is there. Winds, fires on over to first in time for out number 3. Harwich leaves a runner stranded on the hit by pitch here in the first inning. So we have no score headed to the top half of the second. You're listening to YD Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Ideal Turf Solutions are proud to be a sponsor of the YD Red Sox for 2018. Ideal Turf Solutions is a leader in artificial turf based in New England, specializing in artificial turf installation, turf repair, concussion testing, and line striping. Whether it be athletic fields, doggy daycare, childcare, or indoor facilities, Ideal is your solution for turf. We are at Turf Solutions with Coach Pickler and the YD Red Sox. A great season. Christian Koss, first pitch swinging here in the top half of the second inning. Grounds it right out to Tanner Morris at shortstop for a quick out number 1. We'll now bring up Johnny DeLuca. We've seen Christian quite aggressive at times this season. Swinging, going right up there, swinging at the first pitch. That'll now bring up Johnny DeLuca, the right fielder. This game just batting .217. Finally got on the board in the home run column back on Sunday against Wareham, game 1. Went yard out to right center at Red Wilson. First pitch on the way from Kyle Mora to DeLuca. Just misses inside for ball 1. Another Pac-12 connection right here. These two saw each other while playing in the Pac-12 this past season. Next pitch on the way for Mora. Misses outside for ball 2. Nick Quintana will follow DeLuca. One down here, top of the second inning here at White House Field. No score between the Mariners and the Red Sox. The next pitch on the way from Moore. That'll catch the strike zone at the knees right over the outside corner. The count's 2-1. Playing in about even with the bag is Aaron Shunk over at third. Off the line, though. Here's the next pitch from Morris. That one is launched out into deep right center field. Over is Galland in the gap, and he runs into the center fielder, Gorski. DeLuca's off to the races. He hits the bag at second and will go all the way to third. A slide into safe. The throw there not in time. A miscommunication in the outfield by Gorski and Galland. They run into each other. A wild collision out there, and DeLuca's on the board with a one-out triple here in the second.
And DeLuca really tagged that ball into the gap in right center field. Both Galland and Gorski, so much speed coming together there. That's a center fielder's ball. If he can get there, he must not have said anything because they both made an attempt at it. Both ran into each other.
So here's an opportunity for Nick Quintana to drive in a run. How about this yesterday for Nick? 3 for 4, 2 doubles, and 2 RBIs. Really starting to get settled in and comfortable here in the Cape League season here in 2018. Right-hander will step in against Mora. Mora looks over at DeLuca at third and will fire home the first pitch. That'll miss outside for ball 1. Nick just seeing the ball so much better over these past few weeks. Really starting to get comfortable at the plate. Had a really rough first week of the season, but has been settling in and looking better every day since. Mora winds, here's the 1-0. That'll miss outside, 2-0 the count, and Debo now out from behind the plate to have a talk with his pitcher.
I think we've talked about this so much, but Nick Quintana, even through his struggles and now as he's turning things around, has kept himself so disciplined at the plate, something we didn't really see last season here out on the Cape.
Last season with the Red Sox, tied for the team lead with 6 home runs, but just a 200 batting average and 50 strikeouts across the summer that led the team. He's ahead now, 2-0 on Kyle Mora. Johnny DeLuca, a 1-out triple, stands on third. Next pitch on the way, popped up on the infield in foul territory next to the first base bag. Over is Lipsius. He's there in the first base coaching box. He'll there and squeeze it for out number 2. That'll bring up Andrew Martinez, the second baseman. Trying to salvage that 1-out base runner for the Red Sox. This right-hander will step in. 2 for 2 yesterday. Came in as a pitch hitter. Roped a double in his first at-bat and RBI single in his second. Mora will wind and fire home the first pitch. Misses low and away for ball 1. Debo had to go down on his knees to get that one. Blocked that one in the dirt. DeLuca stands at third. Here's the wind and the 1-0 to Martinez. Misses off the plate away. 2-0 the count. DeLuca reaching on that 1-out double and an E9. Not a triple. It's more the righty trying to work out of this jam here in the second. So he comes set back on the rubber. No score here at White House Field. Here's the wind in the next pitch. That'll miss down and away for ball 3. Martinez way ahead in the count now. 3 balls and no strikes. And if he reaches, Adam Kerner, the catcher, will stand on deck, and then the lineup turns back over. Whitey looking for some get on the board first here. 2 outs, top of the second inning. It's the wind in the 3-0. Fouled down the third base line, right in front of the Harwich Mariners dugout.
We saw a lot of this yesterday. YD, just about every hitter in a 3-0 count had the green light.
Well, the way they were swinging the bats yesterday, it was bound to make some hard contact. That ball would find some grass in the outfield and probably go for extra bases. Martinez ahead 3-1. Here's the pitch by Mora. Down and away for ball 4. Good at bat by Martinez. He will take his free base at first, and the inning will continue. Adam Kerner a chance now for a 2-out RBI.
Just pass that baton. No reason to try and force anything. It's all it takes for YD. A wild pitch, something that gets away. Won't even take a base hit here for the Red Sox to score that run at third with 2 away.
Now here comes Adam Kerner to the plate. Did not play yesterday. Matt Dyer responsible for the catching duties. Yesterday, Kerner gets the call today.
Dyer got so beat up behind the plate yesterday. Took a backswing, got a couple pitches fouled off him. So even in infield, outfield here before the game, we saw him at third base taking some reps. He wasn't putting the pads on.
Taking some easy grounders over there at third. Nice way to spend a day off. Here's the wind. The 2-out offering to Kerner. Lined into right field. That'll get down for a base hit. Coming home to score from third is DeLuca. Stopping at second is Martinez. And Adam Kerner, a 2-out RBI here in the second, and the Red Sox are on the board first.
Kerner just throwing the hands out there, slapping that one over the head of Lipsius at first and into right field. That's all it takes. Whitey with the lead.
And that crucial error out in right field comes back to bite the Mariners here in the second. As they strike first, the lineup will turn back over. And here's Zach Ashford. Ashford to lead off the ball game, flew out to center field. Will step in, slightly open stance from the left side. 2 on, 2 out for the Red Sox. As a line that one foul down the third base line on the first pitch from Mora. The count, no balls in a strike on Ashford.
Mariners might want to rethink where they have Shunk over at third plate again. He's well off that line towards the hole there on the left side, and Ashford just kind of slapped that one. If he gets something down the line, he's going for 2, maybe 3 bags.
Not just him, Morris playing way up the middle at shortstop. We see Ashford so many times going the other way. It's the one in the next pitch. Catches the inside corner with a fastball. The count now, no balls and 2 strikes on Ashford. One of the guys in this lineup who will more often than not take the ball the other way, not necessarily trying to hit for power, but as you mentioned the start of the ball game, just trying to get on base. Ashford digs back in, behind in the count, no balls and 2 strikes to Mora. Whitey striking first here in the second on an RBI single by Adam Kerner. Ashford digs back in. Mora stares down at Debo. Here's the 0-2. Misses outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes now the count on Ashford. Should the leadoff man for YD reach that, Noah Campbell, a chance, stands on deck. 2 top teams in the Eastern Division here at White House Field. Harwich just a point above YD in the standings. 8-6-1 their record. For YD, 7-5-2. More peeks back at second at Martinez. He'll wind. Here's the 1-2. Swung on line on the right side of the infield. Over is the second baseman, Eichhoff. Shovels to short at second base in time for out number 3, but not before a 2-out RBI single off the bat of Adam Kerner. Puts YD on the board first here at White House Field. Showdown between the 2 top teams in the East. We head to the bottom half of the second. 1-0 Red Sox. You're listening to YD Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Made Pro has been making Cape Cod shine one home at a time for the past 15 years. Visit their website, www.madepro.com/Cape Cod, and have your home clean the way you like it. Bottom half of the second inning. YD in front of Harwich by a score of 1-0. 5, 6, and 7 due up in the Harwich order. Andre Lipsius, the first baseman, will step in. Brant Herter back on the mound for his second inning of work on this Wednesday evening. Fires home a first pitch strike to Lipsius. 271 average entering this ball game. 2 for 4 yesterday. The 10-3 win for the Mariners. Next pitch on the way, blows a fastball right by Lipsius, a swing and a miss. And the count now, no balls and 2 strikes. Herter working quick. Here's the 0-2. This is outside. 1-2 the count on Lipsius. Defense playing straight up behind Herder. Stares in at Kerner to get his sign. He'll kick into the windup. Here's the 1-2 on the way. Fouled straight up over our heads behind the first base side of home plate and out of play. The count stays at 1-2. Herder shakes off a sign from Kerner. Here's the 1-2. Check swing, able to hold up, and it misses outside. Count evens at 2-2. Nick Quintana covering the line over there at third a little bit, but rest of the YD defense playing in their normal positions. 2-2, line right back up the middle, past Herder into center field for a base hit. Lipsius will round the bag at first and coast back to first. And a leadoff single for Harwich here in the second inning, looking to respond to that YD run put up in the top half of the frame.
It's got to be tough for the Mariners pitching staff there. Doing so well, and you get a E9 to advance a runner all the way to third base, and then with 2 outs, end up giving things up.
Now here's Eichhoff, the second baseman. He'll show bunt, drag it towards first base. Herder off the mound, Fields throws to first and throws it away into right field. Lipsius rounds the bag at second, will head to third. Heading to second is Nate Eichhoff. A bad throw from Brent Herder fielding his position off the mound will cost 2 bases. Now runners on at second and third, nobody out.
And right there, that ball taken up the first base side for Brant Herder, a 6'6 lefty. He has to bend over, field that ball in all-in-one motion, spin and make the throw over there to first. If that's just a righty, you're able to field and take a step in the direction towards first base. So things get more complicated there, and that's off to Nate Eichhoff for the heads-up play, being able to do that, just trying to give himself up, but knowing when you take that up the first base line, it's that much harder for YD.
This is a guy, Eichhoff, who in his 10th game yesterday finally got his first hit of the season. Now with the E1, runners on at second and third, no one out for Harwich. First pitch on the way to Brad Debo, the catcher. Misses away for ball 1. Prime chance for the Harwich backstop here to get the Mariners on the board, possibly give them the lead. Here's the wind in, the 1-0. The back throw to third, Quintana not expecting it. Will field it off the bag. A dive back by Lipsius. Dives back in time. Now, any run that Harwich can get here is important. If their history here at White House Field this season will show anything. Here's the one and next pitch from Herder. Catches the outside corner, gets on the board with a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike, averaging a scant 1.6 runs per game here at home in 2018. Not needing a lot of runs across the board to get a win. YD already won across in 2 frames. Herder winds. Here's the 2-1. This is down and away for ball 3. 3-1 the count now on Debo. His danger of loading the bases with no one out.
Brad Debo given the moniker Tank there by Steve Angler, the field manager for the Mariners. Here he's in his 2nd season with Harwich. Got to think he can really power the ball.
It's the one in the 3-1 by Herder. Swing and a miss. Fooled right there. Kind of an excuse me swing for Debo. Just swings right over the top of a changeup. The count now full. Runners on at second and third. No one out here in the 2nd inning. YD in front of Harwich, 1-0. Battle of the top 2 teams in the East. Here's the wind in the 3-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Beautifully placed pitch on the inside corner. Nothing Debo can do about that. Good job by Herder coming back down. 3 balls and 1 strike to strike out Debo.
Just dialing up the fastball there. Late hack Debo. Not looking for the 4-seam, and they're not able to pull the trigger in time.
Now here's Matt Gorski. 217 average entering the game today. Right-hander will step into the batter's box. Sophomore from Indiana. First pitch on the way from Herder. Catches the strike zone at the knees for strike 1. Coming off a season this spring. 356 average in 59 games. 8 home runs, 40 RBIs.
Another guy with blazing fast speed as well. 24 swipe bags, only caught 3 times.
It's the line in the next pitch from Herter. Catches the strike zone again, right on the inside edge. Quickly, Herter ahead, no balls and 2 strikes to Gorski.
He's not really leaving much out over the heart of the plate, nipping the black on either side.
Herter stares in at Kerner, looking for this big second out of the inning. Runners take their leads from second and third. Here's the wind in the 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. On 3 pitches, Herter sets down Gorski, challenges him at the top of the strike zone with a fastball, and just couldn't catch up to it for out number 2.
Again, with 2 strikes there, going back to the fast stuff, placing that one up high where it's so hard to get up the bat head, up and around to that kind of pitch. Great job there by Brent Herter to get 2 Ks with 2 runners aboard.
Strikeouts have been good to YD so far. Coming in, the pitching staff ranks second in the entire Cape in strikeouts, just 2 behind Chatham. The line in the first pitch on the way to Ben Norman, fouled up along the third base side and out of play. 257 average entering the game today. Left-hander down, no balls and a strike to Herter. More on the strikeouts. 19 strikeouts from YD pitching yesterday in the 10-4 win over Orleans. Herter set, he'll wind. Here's the 0-1. Misses just off the outside corner for a ball 1. Evens up the count at 1-1. 8 strikeouts from the starter Alec Marsh yesterday. 5 from Trent Denholm. 3 from Chandler Fidel. And 3 from Ryan Nelson.
Nelson only facing 3 batters there in the 9th.
Just blowing him away with that fastball. Herter peeks back at the runner at second. He'll wind. Here's the 1-1. Catches the outside corner for strike 2. And Herter a strike away from getting out of the jam here in the second. After a leadoff single by Andre Lipsius, E1 from Herter allowed the runners to advance to second and third, but now ahead, 1 ball and 2 strikes in the count to Norman, a strike away from getting out of it. Here's the wind in the 1-2. Just misses off the outside corner. Kerner held it there for a second, trying to get the call from home plate umpire Jeff Merzel, but evens up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Herter trying to place that one at the letters on the black outside corner. Just couldn't quite get it.
Herter comes set. Runners take their leads. Here's the 2-2. Swung on and fouled straight back by Norman. A 9-hole hitter for Harwich today. Should he reach, lineup would flip over. Cam Thompson would stride to the plate for his second time today. A big 6'6" lefty digs back in on the rubber. Staring in at Kerner to get his sign. Lipsius leads off third. Eichhoff leads off second. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. After allowing the first 2 batters to reach, Brant Herter comes back and strikes out the side here in the bottom of the second, leaving Harwich off the board. We head to the top half of the third inning. 1-0 YD leads here at White House Field. You're listening to YD Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. The Mid-Cape Athletic Club is the preferred workout center of the YD Red Sox and is your place to get your summer or year-round workout in. Visit midcapeathletic.com for all membership and club information. 2, 3, and 4 due up in the YD order here in the third inning. Big trio of strikeouts back in the bottom half of the second by Brant Herter. Keep Harwich off the board after allowing the first two men to reach. Here's Noah Campbell for the second time today, facing Kyle Mora back out on the mound for his third inning of work. And first pitch will miss away for ball one. Campbell singled back in the first and was stranded out on second after swiping second base. Here's the next pitch on the way from Mora. Misses outside again. 2-0 the count on Campbell. Campbell, when he gets on base, he's got some pretty good wheels. Just watching him run around the base paths. Mora out of the windup. Here's the 2-0. Swing and a miss. Campbell right over the top of a changeup right there from Mora. And the count now 2-1. Andrew Dashbach stands on deck, and following him will be Quinn Cotton. 1-0 Red Sox here in the top of the third. Here's the wind and the 2-1 from Mora. That'll miss outside. 3-1 the count now on Campbell. Prime hitters count for Noah right here.
He struggled some to really be able to get ahead of YD hitters.
Campbell digs back in. Here's the 3-1 from Mora. Just a swing from Campbell will foul it down the third base line and out of play. Full count now on the designated hitter for YD. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Winds picked up a little here in the third inning, blowing out to left field. Flags planted out beyond the right field fence, right above the scoreboard here at White House Field. More out of the wind. Here's a full count offering. Strike 3 called. Caught him with an off-speed pitch. Campbell started going down to first base, but was rung up by home plate umpire Jeff Merzel for out number 1.
Just the second strikeout here early in this outing for Kyle Mora. Both of them looking.
This is a YD team, or YD lineup that entered this matchup. The only team in the Cape not to strike out 100 times on the season. The best rate in the league. Now here is Andrew Dashbach. He was the other strikeout victim back in the first inning. First pitch rides high and inside and nails Dashbach right on the arm. So he'll toss his bat to the dugout and jog down to first base.
Brad Debo immediately turned to Merzel, the home plate umpire, pleading that Dash just kind of put that shoulder into it to take that breaking ball off, but to no avail.
Looked like a curveball that slipped out of the hand of Mora. Didn't hurt that much. Dashbach showing no signs of pain over at first base as he takes his lead. Here's Quinn Cotton. Tagged the ball pretty well back in the first inning, but not out of the reach of Matt Gorski in center field. First pitch on the way from Mora. Catches the zone on the inside corner for strike 1. Christian Koss stands on deck. Just 1 out, top of the third inning. YD in front of Harwich, 1-0. Morris set on the rubber again. He'll wind. Here's the 0-1. Throw down to first base. Ball misses outside. Dashbach dives back in time. Tag applied by Andre Lipsius at first base. But Dash, not too big of a lead over there at first base. 1 ball and 1 strike. The count to Quinn Cotton out of GCU, Western Athletic Conference Player of the Year. The wind and the 1-1. Checks his swing. Ball down and away, and he went around. Home plate umpire says so. Cotton now behind a ball and 2 strikes. One of the more aggressive guys in this lineup. So he'll stride back in. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count on Cotton. Morris set on the rubber. Here's the 1-2. Swung on and dribbled right back up the middle. Tanner Morris, the shortstop, shovels to second for 1 on to first. No chance to get Cotton hustling down the line. A fielder's choice. Dashbach is out at second base. Cotton will take his place at first. And there's now 2 down.
That one just kind of a looper there that Morris, the shortstop, had to wait for on a hop. And with Quinn Cotton's speed, not a chance that you'll get him.
So here's Christian Koss trying to get another 2-out RBI here against Harwich. Grounded out to short on the first pitch of the second inning. Christian will stand back in, batting in the 5 hole tonight for YD. Morris stands in. The runner caught at first, leads off of first with 2 outs. First pitch on the way, catches the inside corner with an off-speed pitch. First strike one. Cotton really good speed over at first base. Holds his batting gloves in his hands as he takes his lead. Morris set in the stretch. Hands right at the letters as he'll throw over to first. Cotton dives back in time. Back to that back corner of first base. Away from the tag of Andre Lipsius. Scott Pickler gives the signs over at third again. Goss will stand back in. Moore will throw back over. Cotton dives back in time. A run on 2 hits here in the third for YD. No runs on 1 hit for Harwich. Top 2 teams in the Eastern Division playing for a spot in first place tonight. Morris set again. Here's the next pitch to Koss. Outside for a ball. Debo looked Cotton back to first base, but no throw down to the bag. And the count evens on Koss at a ball and a strike. Mariners trying really hard to keep Cotton close to the bag over there at first. We know how much Scott Pickler likes his hit and runs, especially with 2 outs. Here's the wind and the 1-1. That one is popped down the first base line. Giving a look is Eichhoff, the second baseman. And that one will scoot out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count on Koss. A lot of those hit and runs coming with 2 strikes. We'll see what Scott Pickler decides to do right here. Koss staring down the third base line right at his field manager. It's a sign, strides back in the batter's box. We're in the stirrup socks tonight. Shortstop for YD. Morris set. Now we'll throw over to first. Cotton dives back in time again. Pretty good crowd here on Cape Cod. First full week of summer. Crowd's really starting to pick up as we near the month of July. Here's the 1-2 to Koss. That one is popped straight up. Coming near the first base slide over is Debo, the catcher. He's there, and he'll squeeze it for out number 3. Koss pops out to Debo in foul territory for the third out of the third inning here. YD leaves the runner stranded over at first base. We head to the bottom half of the third inning. YD in front of Harwich, 1-0. You're listening to YD Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Bottom half of the third inning, YD in front of Harwich, 1-0 here at White House Field. Mariners trail 1-0 as they stride to the plate here in the third. Top of the lineup due up for Harwich, Cam Thompson, Chris Galland, and Aaron Shunk. First pitch on the way to Cam Thompson, misses inside from Brant Herter for ball 1. Herter really clamping down in that bottom half of the second inning. 3 strikeouts after allowing the first 2 Mariners to reach. It's the one in next pitch. That one is popped up on the infield. Not having to move a step is Koss. He's under it, and he'll squeeze it for out number 1. Good job by Herter running that fastball in on the hands of Thompson.
Especially after the second inning, allowing the leadoff man to reach with a single up the middle. Coming right in on the hands of Thompson, not able to extend through, and easy out.
Here's the speedy Chris Galland. Reached on a hit by pitch back in the first inning. And the first pitch from Herter shows bunt. And did he pull back? They appealed down to first base. He did not go.
Boy, have we seen that so much. And it's been interesting with batters pulling back. Remember at Katuitt? Noah Campbell offered. They said he didn't, worked a walk. Fired up Mike Roberts.
Herter out of the windup. Here's the 1-0. Misses down low for ball 2. 2-0 the count on Galland. Well, Galland had the bat across the plate and was already on his way down to first, but they still said he didn't go. Interesting how they define how a batter offered at it. Here's the 2-0. Misses high and outside for ball 3. 3-0 the count on Galland. This is not a guy you want on first base again, second time in 3 innings.
Well, I mean, if he's leaving the box up the first base side, he can still pull it back.
It's the wind and the 3-0. Misses inside. Galland will jog down to first base for the second time today. Second free pass from Herter. The hit by pitch back in the first, and now a walk with 1 out here in the third.
First walk of the evening for Brant Herter as well, coming here in the third.
He's had pretty good control entering the game. 4 walks in just 10 innings. Here steps Aaron Shunk, the third baseman today for Harwich. The line of the first pitch from Herter. Goes the off speed, catches the zone. Right down Main Street for strike 1. Herter not the hardest thrower in the world despite his 6'6" frame, but can dial it up when he needs to. Sits around the mid to high 80s with his fastball. One in the next pitch, one on the line, out into the left center field gap. Back is Ashford. It's over his head and off the fence. Galland is flying. He'll hit the bag at third. He's getting waved on, and he will score without a throw. Stopping at second is Aaron Shunk, a booming double off the center field fence, nearly 400 feet away. And Harwich ties it up at 1 here in the third inning. Got all of that one. No chance to throw out Galland on the base paths. He was flying.
No doubt about that. And how about off the bat of Shunk there? We saw in his first at-bat, turning on one and not quite getting all of it, getting under it just a little bit. Here in this next one, he got just about all of it. Boy, to 400 out there in straightaway center, that's a lot.
Did not miss hitting it out by much. Here's Tanner Morris. They'll throw it back to second, and they got him leading off the bag at second. Herter erases the base runner. Just one move over to first, cost the timing play over there at second, and caught Shunk leading.
That's that daylight play, and that's why you work on it so much when you see it called. It's all timing over there at the bag at second.
Herter taking out some anger of allowing that run for next pitch on the way to Morris. Miss high for ball 1. But Shunk touches him up for a double off the center field fence. Herter turns right back around and picks him off of second. Behind 1-0 to Morris. Now with 2 outs. Next pitch will miss inside for ball 2, and Kerner will jog out to have a word with his pitcher. The ultimate height difference with the meeting out on the mound. Kerner standing at maybe 5'10". And then you got Herter standing at 6'6", towering over his catcher. Be a little bit more even if we saw Matt Dyer behind the plate. Matt stands at 6'5". Dashbach hugging the line over there at first with the left-handed batter Morris. Herter winds and fires home the 2-0. That'll catch the inside corner. Herter fighting back in the count. 2 balls and a strike.
That's got to pump you up so much there. Double, run scores.
And then wind, next pitch, grounded to the right side of the infield. Martinez fields, throws to first, pulls Dashbach off the bag, but gets the tag on Morris, hustling down the line for out number 3. Not as planned by Martinez, but nonetheless gets the job done, and out number 3, but not before the Mariners strike with an RBI double off the bat of Aaron Shunk, and they tie it up at 1 here in the third. We head to the top half of the 4th inning, all tied up at 1 here at White House Field. You're listening to YD Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Top half of the fourth inning, YD and Harwich all knotted up at 1. Thank you for listening to Red Sox Baseball. TJ Matheson alongside Brandon Pelter for this one. We're in the third week of the Cape League season. Game number 15 for the Red Sox. Game number 16 for the Harwich Mariners. Kyle Moore back out for his fourth inning of work. Will bounce the first pitch in there to Johnny DeLuca for ball 1. DeLuca, Nick Quintana, and Andrew Martinez due up here in the fourth inning. 1-1 the score. Whitey coming with that run in the top half of the second. Harwich responding in the bottom half of the third. This pitch in there catches the inside corner for a strike. Evens up the count at a ball and a strike. DeLuca, a bit of a slow start to the season, just 217 entering this contest. One next pitch from Moore. Swung in line down the third base line, but that one will drift foul and out of play. Got on the board with his first home run of the summer. And Whitey's 10-4 loss in game 1 against Wareham. Morris stares in at his catcher, Debo. Out of the windup, here's the 1-2. Swan in fouled straight back, just got a piece of that. And the count stays at a ball and 2 strikes. Switch hitter DeLuca bats from the left side with the right-hander Mora on the bump. Wide open middle of the infield for DeLuca. Here's the one in the 1-2. Misses outside. 2 balls in, 2 strikes the count on DeLuca.
You just got a nice delivery, huh?
Shout out to my brother Jason for getting me some of those Harwich cookies. You want to check out our episodes of Sock Snacks. Episode number 1 was filmed right here at White House Field in Harwich. 1-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss by DeLuca for strike 3. Swung right over the top of an off-speed pitch from Kyle Mora. And there's one down here in the fourth. That'll bring up Nick Quintana. Popped out to first bases. First step out of the ball game, back in the second.
Didn't get that cold glass of milk that we suggested at the end of the episode, though.
Yeah, cookies a little bit too much chocolate in them. Needed a little bit of milk to offset it. No milk here at the ballpark. Here's the first pitch to Nick Quintana. Catches the strike zone at the knees. Some of the great Cape League food we've seen around here. Some of the ballparks have that unique thing that makes them special at Harwich and White House Field. It's the cookies. Here's the 0-1 from Mora. This is down and away for ball 1, 1-1 the count. And of course, want to come to Red Wilson Field for a ball game. Definitely recommend that. You can check out the selection of donut burgers. Boston cream, jelly donuts, glazed donuts. Of course, great clam chowder. Mora will step off and go through the signs again with Debo.
Chowder delivered every day from Captain Parker's. Many regarded as the best on the Cape.
Out of the windup, here's the 1-1. That one slammed out into right field. Back goes Gallen. He's at the wall. He reaches up and makes the catch for out number 2. Nick Quintana just missed hitting out to right field. And there's 2 down.
For Quintana, we're just sensing it, right? He's almost there. 3 for 4 day yesterday and 2 doubles. This one, driving a ball well down the right field line, going the other way with it. Just missing it there. It's a matter of time before Quintana absolutely explodes.
Nick's got that opposite field power. As Mora winds and fires home the first pitch to Andrew Martinez. Swing and a miss at an off-speed pitch for strike 1. We see him do it every day in batting practice. He's got the power to all fields. As mentioned, the ball at White House Field just doesn't seem to carry the same games we've seen here in this season. This game number 2 at White House Field for the Mariners. For the Red Sox. Next pitch on the way, misses outside for ball 1 to Martinez. 1-1 the count. Martinez walked back in the second inning. One of 2 base runners in that inning. It's the wind and the 1-1. That'll catch the strike zone right on the inside corner. And the count now a ball and 2 strikes on Martinez, looking to protect with 2 outs. 1-1 the score here at White House Field between the Red Sox and the Mariners. Top half of the fourth inning. 1-2 the count on Martinez. Here it comes. That will miss low for a ball. 2-2 now the count. Should Martinez reach Adam Kerner, driven in the only run of the ball game so far for YD, stands on deck. Moore gets his sign from Debo. Out of the windup, here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Martinez swings right over the top of an off-speed pitch, and Mora strikes out his second batter of the inning and his fourth for the ball game. We head to the bottom half of the fourth inning, all tied up at 1 here at White House Field. You're listening to Red Sox baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Cleaton Anchor is the preferred restaurant for the YD Red Sox, located at 243 Lower County Road in Dennisport, Massachusetts. They offer a great food and drink menu. Stop in after the game to grab dinner. Bottom half of the fourth inning, 1-1 the score here at White House Field between the Red Sox and the Harwich Mariners. 5, 6, and 7 due up in the Harwich order. First pitch to Andre Lipsius, the first baseman, is fouled straight back. First strike 1. Brant Herter still out on the bump for YD.
All right, so you were able to try the cookies. What'd you think?
Well, they're about the same I had them first time. Probably around a mid-7. Next pitch on the way from Herter, a swing and a miss by Lipsius. And the count, no balls and 2 strikes. They weren't. I wish they were a tad bit warmer. That would be nice. Very chocolatey, very delicious. The wind in the 0-2 from Herter. Swung on, dribbled right back up the middle. Costs a running grab. Throws on to first in time for out number 1. Nice play by Christian Costs at short, running in to grab that one. And a nice throw on the run for out number 1 here in the fourth. We've seen him make a couple errors on plays like that. Ball's just scooting under his glove, but able to glove it right there.
Yeah, and I think that's good to see him charge that ball, make the throw on the run. You said it. He's had a little difficulty out in the field, but making the adjustments.
Not the only YD infielder having some difficulties in the field. It seems like there's at least 1 or 2 routine plays as the first pitch on the way to Nate Eichhoff will catch the outside corner from Brant Herter for strike 1. Just these routine plays that the YD fielders, whether it scoots under their glove or kicks off to the side or just a wild throw to first, plays they should be making 100% of the time, just aren't happening. Next pitch misses down low for ball 1, 1-1 the count.
Here's one. Do you like a soft cookie, a little harder?
I like cookies with a good chew. Next pitch on the way from Herter, catches the outside corner with a fastball. And the count now a ball and 2 strikes. Now these cookies, I'd say, are near perfect amount of chew. Near perfect.
You're perfect. All right, so warm them up, and that's how you get up to an 8-9.
And a glass of milk. Don't forget that. Here's the 1-2. Misses down and away for a ball. 2-2 the count. Maybe just a tad bit bigger, too. I like those big cookies you can buy at coffee shops from around the country. Just about the size of your hand. Always delicious. Out of the windup, here's the 2-2 from Herter. Misses down low. Almost a check swing there from Eichhoff. Able to hold it back. The count now full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Eichhoff's a guy I'd go right at if I were Herder. Just a .034 batting average entering this game. Next pitch on the way, ball 4 off the outside corner. And Eichhoff will run down to first, and he'll reach here with 1 out. But Eichhoff just collecting his first hit of the season yesterday. Gone his first 9 games without a base hit. Nearly 30 plate appearances, just 1 hit. Now Brad Debo struck out swinging back in the second inning. Will dig in from the left side. Herder out of the stretch now. Here's the first pitch. Over the inside corner with a curveball. First strike 1. Debo, one of 3 straight strikeouts back in that second frame. Got Herder out of a 2-on, no out jam. Swine in the 0-1. Misses down and away for ball 1, 1-1 the count. Lights turning on here at White House Field. The last game of the day to get underway. 6:30 start time. Herder set again on the mound. Here's the wind in the 1-1. That'll miss high for ball 2, 2-1 the count on Debo. About an hour into this contest, 7:40 the time here on the East Coast on beautiful Cape Cod, Massachusetts. Herder set again. Here's the 2-1. That'll catch the outside corner, paints a fastball right on the edge, and it's now 2-2. Herder looking to get a ground ball double play here, get him out of Yanning, or strike out Debo for the second time. Here's the 2-2. Just misses outside with an off-speed pitch. Full count now on Debo, 3-2.
For Herder here, the pitch count quite economical, nearing 60 pitches, but he's got to work out of this inning.
Herder looks over at the runner at first and will fire home the full count offering. Strike 3 called, paints a fastball at the top of the strike zone for the second time today. Herder sets down Debo, this time looking for strikeout number 4 on the evening for Brant Herder.
He has just been able to spot his pitches so well tonight. He's gotten behind a couple guys here the last 2 frames, but going right back to the corners.
Now with 2 outs, Matt Gorski will stride to the plate. He also struck out back in the second inning. First pitch on the way from Herder, catches the inside corner for strike 1. Gorski kind of rolls his eyes and looks down to his third base coach. Couldn't believe that was called a strike, but catches the inside corner, according to Jeff Merzel behind the plate. Herder set. Here's the 0-1. Right on that inside corner again. Herder quickly ahead, no balls and 2 strikes, and a strike away from getting out of this inning. The runner Eichhoff leads off of first. Herder trying to get out of this. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the next pitch on the way. They appeal down to first base, and he did. They say he went strike 3. Herder strikes out Gorski for the second time this evening. That's now 5 strikeouts on the night for Brant Herder as he leaves the Mariners scoreless here in the 4th. We head to the top half of the 5th inning. All tied up at 1 here at White House Field. You're listening to Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Top half of the fifth inning, all tied up at 1 here at White House Field between the YD Red Sox and the Harwich Mariners. 9-1-2 due up in the Red Sox order. Adam Kerner, Zach Ashford, and Noah Campbell. Kerner will stride to the plate, the backstop for YD today, responsible for the only run on the board for the Red Sox. Drove in a run back in the second inning, a 2-out RBI single would bring home Johnny DeLuca, who had reached on an error in that frame. Kerner will stride to the plate. The right-hander, Mora, will fire home the first pitch. Check swing, dribbler out to the shortstop. Morrissey fields a throw on to first in time for out number 1. Kerner frustrated with himself running down the line at first base. I'm not really sure he wanted to swing at that. Checks his swing, ends up hitting it right to Morris at shortstop, and an easy out number 1.
Yeah, Kerner trying to hold up there, but just could not do it and tapped one out to Morris.
Here's Zach Ashford for the third time today as the lineup turns over for YD. Flew out to center field in the first and grounded in a fielder's choice to end the second. It's the wind in the first pitch to Ashford, lined out into center field. In comes Gorski, has a beat on it, and he'll squeeze it for a quick out number 2 here in the fifth. Looked like Gorski might have misread that for a second, charging too hard in on it. Was able to put on the brakes and set and squeeze that one for out number 2.
University of South Carolina.
That'll bring up Noah Campbell.
And it helps with so much speed out there. All 3 outfielders plus with the legs.
Now here's Noah Campbell. Strides to the plate for the third time today. First pitch from Moore will miss low for ball 1. You know, key to a great pitching staff is great defense. And with that speed in the outfield, all the potential in the world for that great outfield defense here in Harwich. All about the pitching here. Line in the next pitch on the way, fouled straight back. Evens up the count at 1-1. Best ERA in the Cape entering this today at 2.47. 1-1 the score. Top half of the fifth inning. 2 down for the Red Sox. Noah Campbell at the plate. Here's the 1-1. So on that one's launched deep to right field. Back goes Gowan. He looks up, and that's gone. Noah Campbell checks in for his first home run of the summer. A solo blast out beyond the wall in right field, and YD breaks the tie here in the fifth. It's 2-1 Red Sox.
Well, we were talking about it earlier. 330 down the lines. Many of these YD hitters on an inside pitch to turn on one, they could send it down the line a long way. That's exactly what Noah Campbell able to do. Ball in the inner third, turned on it. No doubter. Demolished it down the line.
Gallen able to go all the way back to the wall. Had a beat on it there, but had to look up and watch that one sail into the trees beyond the right field fence. Here's Andrew Dashbach looking to extend the inning here in the fifth. Wanting the first pitch from Mora. First pitch swinging, fouls. It's straight back for strike 1. Campbell, not a guy who necessarily known for his prodigious power, but able to get a hold of one right there. Sounded real good off the bat. Here's Dashbach, 2 home runs on the summer. Had one in the win over Orleans yesterday as he'll line that one right into the Mariners dugout, right in that opening facing home plate, and it's quickly 0-2.
Boy, Steve Englert had to jump out of the way. I think he's kind of laughing to himself now.
No balls and 2 strikes on Dashbach. 2 outs here in the fifth. A run in for YD. Here's the 0-2. Bounces a curveball in there. Dashbach holds his swing. And it's 1-2. Should Dashbach reach, keep the inning alive, Quinn Cotton stands on deck. The big right-hander will stride back into the batter's box. More winds. Here's the 1-2. Another curveball bounced in there. Blocked out in front of home plate by Debo. And the count will even at 2-2. Deuce is wild here in the fifth. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. A 2-1 YD lead. The battle between the top 2 teams in the Eastern Division. Morris stands in and out away from completing his 5th inning of work. Takes a deep breath, stares back in at Debo. He's got his sign out of the windup. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Dashbox swings right over the top of an off-speed pitch, and Mora gets out of the inning, but not before Noah Campbell touches him up for a solo round tripper to put YD in front 2-1 as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. You're listening to Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network.
Two-one, YD leads the Harwich Mariners here at White House Field thanks to a solo shot from Noah Campbell down the right field line. First homer of the season coming in the last half inning. YD to lead Brandon Pelter with TJ Mathewson. A 9-1-2 due up for the Mariners. They're still facing Brant Herter, who's allowed 1 run on 2 hits thus far. Another good performance from him.
Yeah, you can't really ask for much more if you're Scott Pickler. This guy has been the most consistent starter in your rotation, now making his team leading 3rd start of the season, and 4 innings, just 1 run allowed on 2 hits. Control's been good. Around the strike zone, his strikeout stuff has been good as well.
Ben Norman, the 9-man to lead things off here, hitting .250 this season. Struck out in his first at-bat against the 6'6 lefty Herter. The windup and first pitch bunted foul. Tapped it off the plate into the backstop. Lights in full effect at White House Field nearing 8 o'clock in the bottom of the 5th inning. 3rd meeting of 6 between these two teams. 0-1 on its way. Swung on and missed. Breaking ball, sliding to the outside corner. Norman came up empty. YD's won the first 2 meetings between these teams. Has the lead here 2-1 in game number 3. 0-2 in the dirt. That misses. Kerner to his left to keep it in front.
Well, credit to the YD pitching staff in those 2 wins. With here in the bottom of the 5th inning, they have allowed a grand total of 3 runs to the Harwich Mariners in 3 games.
1-2. Breaking ball called. Strike 3. Catches the outside corner. And that's out number 1. Strikeout number 6 for Brant Herter.
For the 2nd time this game, that's 3 straight strikeouts for Herter. Did it in the 2nd inning. Now, between the 4th and 5th innings, has done it again. He's just paints another off-speed pitch on the outside corner. His command has been really good today.
Cam Thompson, the 1-man, settles into the lefty batter's box. Hitting .356, 0 for 2 today, though. Ground out, popped down on the infield as well. Herter, 67. Here's pitch number 68. Misses low and away. Take a look around the Cape. Top of the 9th, Falmouth leads Orleans 1-0. One's at Arnie Allen Diamond, 1-0. Fastball misses away. At Wareham, bottom of the 5th, a 7-1 lead for the Gatemen. Top of the 5th at Doran Park, 5-4 Katuitt leads the Braves. 2-0 on its way. Swung on, and this one driven out to straightaway center. Ashford is there, though, and makes the catch. That one, a laser shot, but right at the center fielder.
Thompson did not really get all of that one. That was in on his hands. Good job by Herter working on that inside part of the plate. That not a lot of loft out to Zach Ashford in center field. Didn't have to move a whole lot to get that one.
Other game going on top of the 9th at Stony Brook Field. Hyannis leads the Whitecaps 6-5. First pitch to Galland. Misses low and away. Galland thought about it. Alrighty, was able to hold up the swing. The Whitecaps a tough start to their season. in danger of falling to 3-12-1. 1-0 from Herter. Check swing. Yes, he did go around on a breaking ball in the outer third. Count evens a ball and a strike. 2 outs in the bottom of the fifth. 2-1. Whitey leads Harwich. The lefty from the windup. 1-1. Called a strike on the inside corner. Herter's ahead yet again. Herter winds the 1-2 delivery. Swung on and missed. Outer third, off speed, got Gallen to swing through it. And through 5, YD the 2-1 lead here at White House Field. Brent Herter in control, 7 strikeouts here through 5 innings pitched in the start. You're listening to Red Sox baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Top of the 6th at White House Field, the 2-1 lead for the visiting Red Sox over the Mariners. Brandon Pelter with TJ Mathewson and a new pitcher on for Harwich. Tyler Baum making his first appearance here for the Mariners out of University of North Carolina this past season. Appeared in 16 games, 12 starts, 4-1 record, and a 4.55 ERA. He was with Harwich last season as well. Started 5 games, 7 appearances for the Mariners, and pitched to a 2.72 ERA. Baum last season, fastball sitting around 94. This season, bulked up a bit, pumping 96 usually, and has hit 97 on the gun. He'll face the heart of the YD order 4, 5, and 6. Quinn Cotton to lead things off for the Red Sox here, who lead it by a run in the top of the 6th. Baum, the righty. Winds first pitch, swung on, slapped down the right field line, but foul. Boy, Cotton be running for a little while there if that ball dunks in and into the corner here at White House Field.
Well, if there's a guy in this lineup who's just made to handle velocity, it's Quinn Cotton. Maybe the best bat speed on the team. Great hand-eye coordination.
Baum from the first base side of the rubber, the 0-1. Swung on and slapped again. Right side, through the hole and into right field. A leadoff single for Quinn Cotton.
And on cue, just that fastball looked like it was on the inside corner. Just yanks his hands in, gets the barrel to the ball, and lines it right into right field for a base hit. Really solid contact to start this 6th inning for YD.
Brings up Christian Koss, who's 0 for 2 today. UC Irvine, an anteater. You're back for season number 2 with the Red Sox. So far hitting .259, but still trying to get going for YD. Cotton off of first. Baum sets below the belt the first pitch. In the dirt, tapped foul, got to the backstop. Fans don't agree. There was certainly a sound, so it was either Koss tapping the ball or the glove of Debo. And Scott Pickler slowly walking up that third base line to have a conversation with Jeff Merzell.
Yeah, also could have just touched home plate. Might have been the reason it sneaked under the glove of Debo. When that ball usually hits home plate, it will deaden and just stay low to the ground and usually sneak right under the catcher.
Quick conversation there from Pick. Not much is going to change, really, on that call. So an 0-1 count. The hit and run was on. Cotton took off. Koss looked like he swung over the top of it, but instead they call a foul ball. No outs, top of the sixth. Cotton on first to lead off the inning.
I do think if he did actually not make contact with that one, we'd see a little more argument from Koss, but largely just look back at the umpire.
0-1 delivery. Swung on and popped foul off the tree behind us. Well, I think he kind of dropped his head, but there's not much arguing you can do. Nothing's going to change in that instance.
Yeah, really, it's just a judgment call. Even in the major leagues with instant replay, not something you can change.
Throw over to first. Cotton back safely. No outs in the top of the sixth. YD the 2-1 lead here over the Harwich Mariners. Game 3 of 6 meetings. YD so far 2-0 versus their Eastern Division rivals. 0-2 offering. This one skips to home plate. Off the chest plays of the home plate umpire, Jeff Merzel. Cotton able to advance on the wild pitch. Boy, that one went about 55 feet or so to the plate, a breaking ball.
Debo a little lucky right there. If that doesn't hit the chest plate of Jeff Merzel behind home plate, that gets all the way to the backstop, and with Cotton speed, he might try and go all the way around to third.
Deep backstop, a lot of foul territory here at White House Field. So Cotton at second, no outs. Bomb sets. Here's the 1-2. Swung on and missed out of the glove there of Debo. And did he tag him? Yes, he did. Koss took off. Debo extended the right hand and just was able to swipe Koss on the backside for the first out. So with one away, brings up Johnny DeLuca. Reached an E9. Advanced all the way to third base, in fact, when Matt Gorski and Chris Gallen collided in right center field. With one out, a prime opportunity to advance or score. Quinn Cotton out at second base. All it would take is a single to the outfield. Bomb sets first base side of the rubber. The first pitch swung on and tapped up the first base side foul. TJ with Bomb out there on the mound after UNC eliminated from the College World Series. Stopped at home for a day. Was right here out on the Cape. So only 2 days in between their exit from the World Series and his appearance here. This is his first appearance so far this summer. The 0-1 offering. Fastball. Nipsey outside corner, called a strike.
Loved it so much last summer. Had to come back for some more. For some of these guys, even though it's a really long season starting in mid-February all the way here through June, through mid-August, they just love playing and love playing here on the Cape. So less time at home, more time just playing ball.
Cotton off of second, 0-2. Swung on and popped up into shallow left field. The shortstop Morris ranges over, and he'll make the catch in shallow left along that left field line for the second out. Cotton stays put over there at second.
DeLuca just trying to spoil a pitch right there and pops it sky high on the infield. A little bit of adventure for Morris going to get that one near the foul line. Ended up stumbling, doing a back pedal back into left field, but still able to collect himself and make the catch.
There's Nick Quintana so far today, 0 for 2, but a deep fly out to right field, just missing a home run the other way. And a prime opportunity for the Red Sox to extend their one-run lead. Quinn Cotton at second base led off the inning with a single. The first pitch. Breaking ball. This one skips over the head of Debo again and in foul territory. Cotton on the wild pitch over to third. And again, a pitch bounced about 55 feet on the way home.
Bomb's bouncing plenty of pitches way out in front of home plate, making it really tough for Debo to get it on the high bounce. That one scoots away with him, and the excellent speed from Quinn Cotton at second, able to advance to third.
Quintana into the right-handed batter's box, extends the bat, pointed out towards center. Now cocked on the shoulder, 1-0. Busts him inside. In the driver's seat here for Quintana, 2 balls and no strikes. For the Arizona Wildcat, this past season, 14 big flies. 2-0, swung on and missed. Fastball up around the letters. Quintana couldn't catch up to it.
Quintana knows he's getting a fastball, and Bomb just elevates it up at the top of the strike zone. Quintana just can't catch up to that.
Quintana taps the plate. Cotton off of third. 2-1. Inside that, misses, and now 3 balls and a strike on the 7-man Nick Quintana. All Pac-12 team this season. Also a freshman All-American last year. Bomb sets first base side of the rubber, kicks the 3-1. In it, called a strike. Boy, in and tight. Quintana moved the hands out of the way. Jeff Merzell calls it a strike.
Might have just caught the inside quarter, maybe even a hair in off the plate. But not a lot of argument from Quintana right there.
Bomb sets, payoff pitch. Called strike 3, fastball outside corner at the knees. Quintana goes down looking, and YD strands a lead-off base runner. No runs on 1 hit, 1 man left on base through 5.5, a 2-1 lead for the Red Sox. You're listening to YD Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Bottom of the 6th, 2-1. YD leads Harwich here. Game 3 of 6 meetings here this season. Brandon Pelter with TJ Matheson, and the night is over for Brant Herter. He's in line for the win, but it's Tristan Baker who takes over, making his 5th appearance out on the bump. A 1-0 record, 2.79 ERA here for Herter out of Western Carolina.
Yeah, been one of the more consistent arms out of this YD bullpen. 4 games already, 9 2/3 innings. Struck out 12 batters in those 9 2/3. He's had really good stuff so far this summer. After not having the greatest of seasons at Western Carolina, and he's improved a lot here on the Cape, and this is the spot where you want to show.
Here's Aaron Shunk, right-handed hitter. Herter the lefty. Winds up first base side of the rubber. The first pitch swung on. Back goes flying. And smacks the fence. The third base side out in front of the seats. Handle stayed in the hands of Shunk. Rather, no. It was just a little thumb piece there. That bat completely went flying, not broken. Shunk adds a little pine tar on that one.
We've seen really, in the major leagues, really strong batters will check their swing and then just see the bat head just snap and keep the handle in their heads, but not quite the same type of physical specimens here on the Cape, at least.
Not yet.
Not yet, at least.
Here's the 0-1. Swung on, a dribbler off the end of the bat to the left side. Koss charges Fields and fires in time onto first base. Nice play by the shortstop, Christian Koss, to get the first out here in the bottom of the 6th.
There's another one of those running throws from Christian. We've seen him do it so much this summer, sometimes struggle, but he had a good one back earlier in this game in the 4th inning. And there's another one right there. Nice throw to Dashbach.
Final line on Brant Herter, 5 innings pitched, 2 hits, 1 run. That earned 2 walks and 7 Ks. First pitch to Tanner Morris. Breaking ball just misses inside. Whitey can keep the lead here in this one. Brant Herter will get the win. The 1-0. Swung on and driven out to shallow left. Cotton in a couple steps and to his right. Makes the catch for the second out. (2-1) YD ahead of Harwich here at White House Field in the bottom of the sixth inning. YD, the go-ahead run off of a Noah Campbell solo fly to right field, his first of the season. And Andre Lipsius settles into the righty batter's box with 2 away. Lipsius 1 for 2. Baker winds the first pitch. Skips its way home. Fastball, and Kerner just took that one off the chest protector.
It was at this field, game number 4 of the season for YD, back in the first week of the season. Tristan Baker really making a name for himself. 4 hitless innings out of the bullpen.
1-0 misses away off speed.
That was a gem that game by the YD pitching staff. Carl Kaufman going the first 5 frames. 2 hits, 1 run. And then Baker slamming the door with the last 4.
2-0. Misses down low. Now 3-0 to Lipsius with 2 outs in the home half of the 6th. Baker, first base side of the rubber. The lefty winds, kicks in the 3-0. Misses down low. Ball 4 and a 4-pitch walk with 2 outs here in the 6th to Andre Lipsius.
Baker not missing by much with those pitches. Just not getting the benefit of the call from Jeff Merzell behind home plate.
Not even getting that courtesy call that you see guys get a lot with a 3-0 count. Usually something in the vicinity of the strike zone is going to get called. Regardless, a 2-out walk for Lipsius. Here's Nate Eichhoff, another lefty. Baker sets. First pitch. Sweeps outside. That misses away. Eichhoff hitting just .034. 0 for 1 tonight. The 1-0 called a strike. Again, a breaking ball that swept this time. It caught the outside corner. Count even at a ball and a strike. Eichhoff reached on the E1, also walked. The 1-1. Swung on and looped out to center field. That's going to drop in front of Ashford. Lipsius stays put at second base, and a 2-out hit for Nate Eichhoff. Mariners, a little something going here in the bottom of the 6th.
Baker able to get that one in the hands of Eichhoff, but he gets just enough of it to float it out into center field. Drops in front of Ashford. And 2 outs now in business for Harwich. Down by a run here in the 6th.
Brings up Brad Debo, 0 for 2 so far tonight. A strikeout swinging, 1 looking as well. Debo hitting just 125 here for the Mariners. It's season number 2 out on the Cape. He's got runners on first and second with 2 outs. Now Baker steps off, and Christian Koss in for a conversation. We already saw that daylight play at second base work once. Koss back to short. Baker back on the bump. Debo a lefty here. Baker sets the first pitch. Fastball called a strike at the knees. Debo from NC State hit .253 this season. Battling for the spot with freshman Patrick Bailey, who went on to win the ACC Freshman of the Year. Baker sets 0-1. This one fouled off, cued off that top bar of the fence in front of the seats on the third base side. Now Baker, the lefty, quickly ahead on the lefty Debo. No balls and 2 strikes.
Bailey, a guy on the YD roster up until a few weeks before the season started. He got taken off the roster and a week later announced for Team USA. Congratulations to him.
Runners off first and second, 0-2. This one swung on the ground, right side, in and out of the glove of a diving Martinez. Lipsius around third, he'll score. And a 2-out RBI single for Brad Debo ties this game at 2 in the bottom of the 6th.
It's a bad luck ground ball there for Tristan Baker. Hit just the right place. Martinez had a long way to go to his right to field that one. A dive just couldn't come up with it. And Harwich ties it up at 2 here in the 6th.
Matt Gorski now up. Runners again on first and second, 2 away, bottom of the 6th. The run already across off the single from Brad Debo that trickled off the glove of a diving Andrew Martinez at second and into right field. Andre Lipsius, who walked with 2 away, came around to score.
That's where that 2-out walk comes to hurt you.
3 straight batters have reached. Matt Gorski, the righty, settles in. Baker sets at the belt. The first pitch. Breaking ball, catches the outside corner, called a strike. The top pitching staff in the league for the Mariners against the top offense, the Red Sox. The 0-1 from Baker swung on and popped out of play on the right side. Again, Baker ahead here, no balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. Baker, the lefty, first base side of the rubber. As Eichhoff leads off second, Debo off of first. 0-2. Fastball just misses a hair outside. Hear the oohs and ahs of the crowd here at White House Field. Plenty of fans in attendance. Bleachers on the first and third base side full, as well as behind the plate. Standing room only here. The 1-2. Swung on and missed. Baker pulled the strings a bit, enough to get it past a swinging Matt Gorski, but not before the Mariners tie this game up at 1. A 2-out single from Brad Debo gets the job done. Tied at 2 through 6 here at White House Field. You're listening to YD Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Top of the 7th, and the Mariners just tied this game up at 2 here at White House Field. Harwich and YD doing battle for the 3rd time this season. Brandon Pelcher with TJ Mathewson and Tyler Baum for Harwich will face 8-9-1. Andrew Martinez to lead things off here for YD, who only have 4 hits tonight. The offense silenced a little bit.
Yeah, that top offense in the Cape struggling just a tiny bit here at Harwich. Of course, the Mariners possess the best pitching staff on the Cape, the clash of the top of each side. And we're 3 innings away for seeing which one can come out on top.
Martinez walked in his first at-bat, struck out swinging in his second, hitting a .261 clip here for YD. Still Baum out of the mound. The first pitch swung on and a liner into left field. Another leadoff single here for the Red Sox. Second straight inning, they have the first man aboard.
Number 2.
Well, Martinez, after striking out his last time up in the 4th, wasn't going to let the count get that way. His next time up goes up there swinging at a first pitch fastball. Nice contact right into left field for a leadoff base hit.
Quinn Cotton led off the 6th with a single as well, but he was left stranded at third base. Here's the 9-man Adam Kerner, already an RBI single tonight. He's 1 for 2. The first pitch. Fastball misses just upstairs. Baum certainly with High velocity on the fastball, 95 plus there from the right-hander. Martinez off of first. Not great speed. Throw over to first, and he's back easily. Martinez leads. Bomb the righty. Sets first base side of the rubber. 1-0. Swung on. Popped out of play behind the plate. Another pitch up around the letters, maybe up above. Tied at 2 between Whitey and Harwich. Lights in full effect here as we inch closer towards 8:30. Just under 2 hours into this one. We're in the top of the 7th. Bomb from UNC sets. Squares around a bunt here, and Kerner bunts it off of his front foot and up the chest at a foul ball. Count now, ball and 2 strikes with no outs.
Kerner squaring around really early right there. Looking to sacrifice Martinez down to second. You're going up against the top pitching staff in the league. Runs are hard to come by. Got to manufacture them and get one across when you can.
Martinez off of first. Kerner ready in the righty batter's box. Bomb sets. Kicks the 1-2 to Offering. Strike 3 called. Fastball outside corner. Kerner doesn't love it. A few parting words for Jeff Marzell, but he's on his way back to the dugout.
Well, there's that high 90s fastball right on the outside corner. Kerner just couldn't pull the trigger on that one, thinking he's going to get an off-speed pitch and gets the heater instead.
And brings up the one-man Zach Ashford 0 for 3 tonight with Justin out in the top of the 7th. Andrew Martinez started off the inning with a single into left field. He stands at first base. Throw over to first. Nice stop there by Lipsius to go in the dirt and keep that one in front.
Ashford, one of the best bunters on this team. I would not be surprised at all to see him and try and pulse one towards first base. Aaron Schunk at third playing in, almost on the grass, but Lipsius at first having to hold Martinez on.
First pitch, called a strike at the knees. Righty on lefty matchup, Bomb. Clearing some dirt from the rubber. Martinez leads off first, tied at 2 between the Red Sox and Mariners. Ashford, open stance from the lefty. Picks up that front foot. Here's the 0-1, swung on and chopped to the shortstop. Morris flips to second for 1, on to first, not in time. Ashford aboard for the second time with a fielder's choice.
It's too much speed going down that first base side. We saw it right out of the box. Putting his head down and just running towards first base, knowing he's the only play. They're going to try and turn 2 and keep the inning alive for a Whitey. Noah Campbell homering his last time up. Will get another chance.
Campbell 2 for 3 tonight. Mentioned the solo home run, a single to right as well.
And a guy that's really heating up in this YD order. 3 for 5 yesterday, 2 for 3 today.
I think Whitey will take that switch at first base as well, adding Ashford with speed. The first pitch misses outside to the lefty Campbell.
And Campbell going the other way out into that left center field gap, and just watch Ashford run.
2 outs, top of the 7th, tied at 2. Bomb sets, 1-0 Offering. Fastball on the outer third, called a strike.
And that pitch back in the 5th inning that he looped over the right field fence for a home run. A curveball down and in, just able to get ahead of it. It's going to have a little bit more difficult time with the velocity on the mound.
Throw over to first, Ashford back safely. Not a huge lead over there for the Fresno State product. Bomb certainly taking his time, working deliberately out there. He sets 1-1. Tapped foul in and out of the glove of Debo on a breaking ball. For YD, an unearned run came in the 2nd after Johnny DeLuca advanced to 3rd on the E9 with just an out. He was hit in by Kerner. Then in the 6th, or rather the 5th, a solo home run from Noah Campbell, who's at the plate now. 1-2. Breaking ball in the dirt, away from Debo. Out in front of the plate, he throws on to first in time for the third out and to retire the Red Sox here in the seventh. No runs on a hit. One man is left on base through 6.5. Tied at 2 at White House Field. You're listening to Red Sox baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Home half of the seventh, tied at 2 here at White House Field between YD and Harwich. Brandon Pelter with TJ Mathewson. TJ for the Red Sox, 2 runs on 5 hits and an error. Harwich, 2 runs on 4 hits, also an error. Good pitching so far tonight.
Yeah, for Harwich, as advertised, top pitching staff in the league, holding down this YD offense so far, but 6 more outs for the Red Sox, and for YD, a pitching staff that's been good over the past couple of weeks continues to impress.
Baker Wines, first pitch to Norman, misses outside. The 9-man here for the Mariners, 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts, 1 swinging, 1 looking.
So YD pitching staff that ended the first week in ERA over 6, but it brought that down nearly 2 runs.
1-0 cued foul over the stands on the third base side. And this is a battle for first place coming into tonight. The Mariners 17 points, YD with 16, 2 points with a win. Baker, the lefty from the windup, the 1-1. Fastball busts Norman inside. That just misses. Nearing 8:30 here in Harwich, Mass. Lights in full effect. The 2-1. Tapped foul behind the dish to the screen. And now 2 balls and 2 strikes on the leadoff man, Ben Norman, here starting out the home half of the seventh.
For Baker, that fastball only sits about 87 to 90 miles an hour. Not the fastest in the world, but the way he uses it, absolutely lethal pitch.
Baker winds 2-2. Swung on the ground to the right side. Fielded there by Waddell, a new replacement at second base in time. Luke Waddell over at second now. Still Christian Koss at short. Andrew Martinez moves over to third.
Waddell may be the surest fielding middle infielder on the roster. Out there in the late game situation for Andrew Martinez.
Here's the one-man Cam Thompson, 0 for 3 tonight, but gave a ball a nice ride out to center field in his last at-bat. Tied at 2 here, bottom of the seventh, the first pitch. Breaking ball called a strike on the inner third. So most likely Waddell will slide in to Nick Quintana's 7 spot. We'll see him in the 8th or the 9th. 0-1, another breaking ball called a strike again on the inner third, this time at the knees. Baker working quickly here, first base side of the rubber. He winds the 0-2. Fastball just misses away. And I think we could have guessed that. Inside curve, fastball outside.
I think he might go right back to that fastball.
Thompson taps the plate. Lefty batter's box against the lefty Baker, the 1-2 offering. Fastball called strike 3. You guessed it, TJ. Outside corner, clips it. This strikeout number 5, or rather number 2 for Tristan Baker.
Tristan has incredible command of that pitch, located on either corner of the strike zone. Right there, goes to the outside edge and just paints the black for out number 2.
That brings up the 2-man Chris Gallen. Looks at another first pitch breaking ball called to strike. Baker again winds, 0-1. Breaking ball clips the outside corner. This time called a strike, and again quickly ahead, no balls and 2 strikes. The 0-2 delivery. Fastball just misses away at the knees.
He's been trying. Now another one that he tries to paint on the outside corner. Might have been just a hair low.
2 outs, bottom of the 7th, the 1-2. This fastball misses well away. We're tied at 2. Whitey with an unearned run in the 2nd and a solo shot from Noah Campbell in the 5th. 2-2. Swung on and missed. Breaking ball outside. Chris Gallen goes down swinging, and now 3 strikeouts for Tristan Baker in his 2nd inning of work. No runs, no hits, and nobody left on base here in the 7th through 7. Tied at 2 between Harwich and YD. You're listening to Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Tied at 2 as we head to the 8th inning here at White House Field. YD and Harwich doing battle. And Tyler Baum will face 3, 4, and 5. Andrew Dashbach to lead things off here for the Red Sox in the top of the 8th.
Not the typical Andrew Dashbach type of night. Entering the game, a .364 batting average. But 0 for 2 so far with 2 strikeouts, reached on a hit by pitch back in the 3rd. We'll see if he can get the YD offense, the top-ranked YD offense, going here in the 8th.
Average now to .343 for Dashbach, who did reach via the hit by pitch, meaning he's reached in all 12 games that he's played. The first pitch swung on and tapped up the third base side. His last plate appearance, which ended with a strikeout, if you remember, he smoked a grounder into the Harwich dugout in the opening nearest to home plate.
And going up there and hunting that heater from Tyler Baum, but got the curveball and just fouled it off.
0-1, another curve that misses low and outside. Dashbach has hit safely in 9 games, and as I mentioned, reached safely in all 12 that he's played. Did have a 7-game hit streak going. That was snapped yesterday. 1-1. Swung on in line over the head of Tanner Morris and into left field. Dashbach hard around first. He'll put on the brakes. But another leadoff single here for the Red Sox, this time to start out the 8th.
Well, you wonder what was going to happen if Andrew Dashbach was able to get the barrel on a Tyler Baum fastball, and that's what happened right there. Didn't get the elevation he wanted on it, but quite enough to line it over Morris at shortstop and into left field for a leadoff hit.
Here's Quinn Cotton, 1 for 3 today. Led off the 6th with a single. YD with a single to lead off now the past 3 frames. Haven't been able to take advantage, though. We're still tied at 2. First pitch swung on, and this one in the air, driven down the right field line. Gallen giving chase in foul territory. and he is not able to get there. Meeting number 3 of 6 here between Harwich and YD. First place on the line in this matchup. The Mariners 17 points in the East, YD with 16. Cotton taps the plate. He's ready in the righty batter's box. Dashbach off of first, the 1-1. Breaking ball, called a strike, and now rather the count, no balls and 2 strikes on the 4-man Quinn Cotton. Cotton from Grand Canyon and Antelope hit .390 this past season. Here's the 0-2. Swung on and missed. Another breaking ball from Baum. This one diving down on the outer third. Cotton down on strikes.
Cotton gearing up for that fastball with 2 strikes and gets the curveball caught way out in front of that one. No chance. Great pitch from Baum. That's out number 1.
Baum now through 2 1/3, 5 strikeouts. Has allowed 3 hits, though. No runs. As Christian Koss steps up. 0 for 3 so far today. The first pitch. Another breaking ball. Called a strike on the outer third. Tied at 2 at White House Field. Just past 8:30. All the lights on surrounding the field. And a great crowd on hand for this fantastic ball game. Baum sets the righty with the 0-1. Breaking ball into the dirt. Debo down to the knees to keep it in front. Andrew Dashbach led off the inning with a line drive single into left. He's at first. And Quinn Cotton retired on strikes. The 1-1 to Koss. Swung on and sky high to center field. Gorski, trouble finding it. Now he settles under it to make the catch for the second out.
Koss hit that one so high it got out of the range of the lights here at White House Field and up into the dusk sky, rapidly darkening. Good job by Gorski, able to find that one before it ends up in the outfield grass.
Brings up Johnny DeLuca, 0 for 3 today, but did score a run. He advanced all the way to third on an E9. Chris Galland and Matt Gorski collided in the right center field gap. DeLuca out of the box, able to get to the third base bag. Baum still from the stretch. First pitch. Fastball misses up and away. DeLuca hitting .192 here for the Red Sox. The lefty pinwheels the bat over his head. The 1-0. Breaking ball. Called a strike. Lands just below the letters. Tied at 2 between YD and Harwich. Top 2 teams in the East. Baum sets below the belt. The 0-1. Rather holds up the swing. That ball dips low. The count instead now 2 balls and a strike on Johnny DeLuca with 2 outs in the top of the 8th inning. Andrew Dashbach is at first. Baum the righty sets 2-1. Swung on, and this one driven out to shallow center field. Dunks in ahead of Gorski. Dashbach, hard turnaround second. Throw goes there, but he dives back in safely. And now runners on first and second with 2 away.
DeLuca fooled a little bit on the pitch, gets it off the end of the bat, but catches enough gravity to fall into shallow left field. Dashbach thinking about third for just a second. Had to put on the brakes and avoid getting picked off of second for the third out.
That's the beauty of the wooden bat off an aluminum barrel or off the end of an aluminum bat. That's caught by the center fielder. Here's Luke Waddell with his first plate appearance of the night. Takeover for Nick Quintana. He's stationed at second base. First pitch to the lefty. Swung on and slapped down the left side. And a leaping grab by Ben Norman. He came in for Waddell, going back on his horse. Jumped at the last second and hauled it in. So Whitey again wastes a leadoff base hit. No runs on 2 hits, 2 men left on base through 7.5. Tied at 2. You're listening to Red Sox baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Home half of the eighth, still tied at 2 between YD and Harwich, meeting number 3 of the season between these two teams. YD, 2 wins in the first 2 meetings, but tonight, first place on the line. The Mariners leading the East with 17 points. YD just a step behind with 16. Here's Aaron Shuck, the 3-man. Lead off the first pitch, blown by him, a fastball. Still Tristan Baker out there in his 3rd inning of work. For the left-hander, it's working from the windup. First base side of the rubber, the 0-1 offering. Another fastball, the outer third, called a strike.
Well, and he's had plenty of opportunities tonight. Not able to cash in on most of them.
Here's the 0-2 from Baker. Swung on, popped out of play. Behind us, we're stationed behind the dish, first base side just a bit. Seems like this ballpark more so than others, always kids on hand chasing foul balls.
And plenty of space to go chase them.
0-2. Fastball just misses low and away.
Plenty of space along the first and third base sides. Go off into the woods surrounding these fields.
Ball and 2 strikes here on Aaron Shunk to lead off the home half of the eighth. Time called by the righty hitter.
So very good crowd on hand tonight. First full week of summer, and you can tell.
1-2. Swung off the end of the bat on the ground left side. Koss fields on the run, fires to first in time. 3rd time tonight we've seen the shortstop Christian Koss make that difficult play, and he's nailed it all 3 times.
It's almost like that's what he's most comfortable with. He has an option to get over and field it in a square position, but no, decides to come in, another running grab on the ground ball, and then a throw on to first. He's looking very comfortable with that.
Here's Tanner Morris, the lefty from Virginia, with 1 away in the bottom of the 8th. Baker winds the first pitch. Fastball called a strike at the knees. Orso for 3 tonight. 2 groundouts flew out to left as well. Here's the 0-1. Swung and hard hit right back up the middle. A 1-out base hit for Tanner Morris here in the 8th.
Waddell looked like he had a chance at that for a second out at second base, but ball hit just hard enough to get it past him.
Number 13, the first baseman.
Not too hot here at Stony Brook Field. I'd say the perfect temperature, a little buggy. And no wind really as Andre Lipsius settles in, the 5-man, with a runner aboard. Baker, the first pitch, swung and on the ground to the second baseman, Waddell. Hesitates for a second, flips to first to second rather for 1, on to first, not in time. They say Dashbach was off the bag, dropped the ball as well. The YD won't get it there, but Waddell hesitated, then flipped to Koss at second, who barehanded it, trying to get it onto first in time.
Waddell just a little trouble getting that out of his glove, and that's just what caused the runner to be safe at first. But how about Christian Koss snags that with a bare hand, and a throw just a tad high. Gets that a little lower. That's out number 3.
So with 2 away, Nate Eichhoff up with a man aboard. Baker sets the first pitch. Misses low and away. Lipsius off of first, not great speed. Eichhoff, another Virginia Cavalier, hit .290 this season. The 1-0. Catches the outside corner, called a strike, and the count evens with 2 outs, bottom of the 8th. We're all tied up at 2. And a good one so far. YD got on the board first in the second inning. Harwich responded in the third. It was YD with a solo shot in the 5th and another run from Harwich in the 6th. 0-1. Swung on and missed. Again on the outer third. The count actually 1 ball and 2 strikes now.
For a matchup between the top 2 teams in the Eastern Division. So far in this one, as advertised.
Lipsius off of first. Baker sets first base side of the rubber for the lefty. He kicks the 1-2 in the dirt. Kerner able to glove it. Still a great crowd on hand. Some stirring in the Harwich bullpen. 2-2. Spoiled foul on the left side into the seats. Both pitchers in relief have done a terrific job. We've only seen one pitcher out of the pen for both of these teams. Tristan Baker for YD. Tyler Baum making his first appearance here for Harwich. 2-2. Again, this one slapped. A protection hack foul down the left field line. And Eichhoff stays alive. Lipsius reached on a fielder's choice. He's at first. Eichhoff, the lefty, taps the plate. 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. Baker sets at the belt. Kicks the 2-2. Just tapped. Got a piece of that one. And again, Eichhoff stays alive. Tied at 2. Bottom of the 8th. It's been a great ball game so far. 2-2. Way upstairs. Baker just couldn't get on top of the breaking ball there. Left it up over the head of Eichhoff.
Thinking another Tristan Baker fastball here. Painting it right on the outside corner.
Lipsius will take off with the pitch. 3-2, 2 outs. Baker sets. Now he steps off. Wanted Dashbach to hold him on. He's going to stay back, though. Over at first base. Eichhoff steps in, lefty on lefty. The payoff pitch. Swung on, popped up. Shallow left field, cost the shortstop ranges back, and he makes the catch on a few back steps toward Quinn Cotton. So Tristan Baker works out of the 8th inning. No runs on a hit. One man is left on base. Through 8, tied at 2. You're listening to Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Top of the 9th at White House Field, a 2-2 ball game between Harwich and YD. Brandon Pelter with TJ Mathewson and TJ. YD here with an opportunity to take the lead the last 3 frames. They've had the leadoff man singled, have not been able to take advantage, though.
And this is the kind of thing over the past week we've seen them be able to take advantage of. It's no mistake that this offense comes in to this game ranked first in the Cape.
First pitch to Andrew Martinez, breaking ball in the dirt. Still Tyler Baum out in his 4th inning of relief work. Relieved Kyle Mora, who pitched 5 innings, allowed 3 hits, gave up 2 runs, 1 earned. The 1-0. Fastball called a strike at the knees outside corner.
But after being able to crack this Harwich pitching staff for 12 runs back in their last meeting at Red Wilson Field last week, Harwich done a very nice job with the Whitey offense today.
1-1, breaking ball misses low and in. Again, the past 3 frames, all coming against Tyler Baum. YD able to single to start out the inning, so we haven't seen him working from the windup much. Here's the wind with the 2-1. Swung on and fouled up over our heads. Count evens, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Leadoff man Andrew Martinez here in the top of the 9th, all knotted up at 2. Martinez taps the plate, then dirt. Now he's ready, the righty, as is the righty Bomb, the 2-2. Fastball called, strike 3 at the knees. Second it past him. Martinez on his way back to the dugout.
Second strikeout on the evening for Martinez. Bomb showing off that fastball there, paints it right at the knees.
Strikeout number 6 for Tyler Baum. The 9-man Adam Kerner steps up, 1 for 3 tonight with an RBI single to right. Baum winding from the first base side of the rubber. First pitch stays upstairs. First time in his outing that he didn't allow the leadoff man aboard. The 1-0 misses in the dirt. Now 2-0 here for Kerner, the 9-man. Wouldn't be surprised if he reaches to see a pinch hitter for him. Kerner hitting .261 so far this season. Be huge to get him aboard. Now some throwing in the Harwich bullpen. The 2-0. Swung on and popped up. Foul play right side, and that one will reach the seats. Now 2-1. It's been a good game. YD got in front first in the second inning, and then Harwich responded. Home half of the third. YD running the fifth, and Harwich tied it up in the 6th inning. We've been stuck there. 1 out, top of the 9th. Bomb the righty. Winds the 2-1. Fastball down low. Now 3 balls and a strike on Adam Kerner. Just an out in the top of the 9th.
Well, it'd be really big if Kerner can reach right here. He gets on base. Got the top of the order due up. Zach Ashford standing on deck.
3-1. Swung on and missed. Kerner waved at that one. Was fooled on a pitch well outside.
Almost swings out of his shoes.
Kerner, the righty. Long look at the bat. Now sways it out in front of the plate. Bomb, another righty. Winds the payoff pitch. Swung and fisted out to the shortstop on a hop. Tough play. Charging. Throws on to first. And a great play from Tanner Morris to just get Adam Kerner.
Not great contact on all. In fact, looks like he got that so off the end of the bat. It probably had some funky spin on it, but hits the dirt and just dies. And Morris able to make a nice play on it for the second out.
So with 2 away in the top of the 9th, it's Zach Ashford that steps up. Ashford, the left-handed hitter, 0 for 3 so far. Rather 0 for 4, but reached twice on a fielder's choice. First pitch, breaking ball, misses low. Bomb winds, 1-0. Slapped foul down the left side. Ball and a strike. Bomb working much better here in the 9th. Working much more quickly as well. Got a rhythm to it.
Sometimes helps when you don't have a guy leading off of first base to start every inning.
I'm sure it makes a huge difference. He's able to work from the windup here. The 1-1. Swung on and grounded to the third baseman. Shunk up with it across the diamond in time. And Bomb retires the Red Sox 1-2-3 in the top of the 9th. Home half. Harwich trying to walk it off. We're tied at 2. You're listening to Red Sox baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Bottom of the 10th, the Mariners trying to walk it off. We're tied at 2 between YD and Harwich. And boy, it's been a battle of the bullpens. Tyler Baum versus Tristan Baker. Baker now out for the bottom of the 9th for YD.
From North Carolina State, number 35, Brad.
We've already seen him do this once at this field, go 4 innings and finish the game for YD, and here he is out in the 9th again.
He'll face Brad Debo to start things out. Lefty-lefty, first pitch swinging. Debo comes up empty. Certainly a good thing we have lights here at White House Field. We'd probably be eating post-game meal if we were at Red Wilson. Time called by Debo. Nearly 9 o'clock. The 0-1. Breaking ball curls to the outside corner, called a strike. Debo in a hole, no balls and 2 strikes to lead off the home half of the 9th. It'll be 7-8-9. Matt Gorski's on deck. Baker winds the 0-2. Fastball up and away.
Working here in the his fourth inning of work. No signs of fatigue from Baker. Still locating everything where he wants. Good velocity on his pitches.
1-2 from the lefty. Fastball misses low and away. School, Baker started 12 games out of 18 appearances this past season, so going deep is nothing new. The 2-2. Spoiled foul, breaking ball inside. Ryan Nelson warming up in the YD bullpen down the right field line. Baker winds, but time called first by the lefty Brad Debo. Debo 1 for 3 tonight. RBI single, a ball that just kind of squeaked off the glove of Andrew Martinez at second base. 2-2. Misses down low. That RBI by Debo tied this game up at 2. We've had a stronghold there ever since. So the count runs full on Brad Debo leading off the bottom of the 9th. The wind and the payoff pitch. Swung on in this one, driven down the left field line. Cotton on his horse toward the wall, and it's off his glove, a fair ball. Debo will stay put at second. And Quinn Cotton had a great chance to catch that one. Had a terrific jump off the bat. Got to that ball right around the 330 marker down the left field line, and I think he just lost it for a moment.
Now, sometimes when you have to run back that far, you kind of lose track of the ball. You got to know where the fence is. Make sure you know where the warning track is so you don't just end up running into that wall. Protect yourself a little bit. And in that split second, just loses the ball. And a leadoff double for Harwich here in the 9th. Tristan Baker is going to have his work cut out for him if he survives the 9th.
It'll be a pinch runner out there as well.
Number 11 from Miami, Gabe Rivera.
That's Gabe Rivera. Adding certainly speed for the catcher Debo with no outs. You have to think a bunt coming from the 8-man Matt Gorski.
Yeah, and if it gets to a point where you just need strikeouts, you have Ryan Nelson and the bullpen fresh off of striking out all 3 batters he faced yesterday in the win versus Orleans.
Corners come up here for Gorski. 0 for 3 tonight, 3 Ks. Vera leads off second and now pick out of the first base side dugout. That might be it for Tristan Baker. Pick just getting to the mound now. No signal yet. Taking his time, playing with the dirt as well as that one off the bat of Brad Debo goes down as a double down the left field line, but Quinn Cotton certainly had an opportunity to make a play on that ball. Now Jeff Merzell out to try to break up the mound meeting, and he'll signal to the bullpen. So that'll be it for Tristan Baker. He leads a runner off of second base, but certainly put together a great performance out of the bullpen.
So final line will be 3 plus 4 hits, 1 run in, and responsible for the runner out on second base. But you mentioned He was fantastic here tonight, and YD looking to keep this game tied with Ryan Nelson coming in from the bullpen, had electric stuff yesterday, and is going to try and repeat his performance here tonight.
We'll step aside as Nelson warms, tied at 2, bottom of the 9th, but a runner at second base here to start out the 9th for the Mariners. You're listening to Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Six-foot four-hander Ryan Nelson out on the mound for the YD Red Sox, making his 4th appearance out of the pen, and an inflated ERA at 13.5. But the last time we saw him, just last night, 3 hitters, 3 strikeouts for a rejuvenated right-hander, Nelson.
And he's in this game to do one thing, and that's to strike these guys out. Scott Pickler saw what he could do yesterday, just missing bats, and that's what you need right now. Keep that runner out on second base and send this game to extras.
Nelson continues to warm. It's Gabe Rivera pinch running at second base for Brad Debo, who led off the home half of the 9th with a double down the left field line, actually caromed off the glove of Quinn Cotton, who got a great jump on that ball, just not able to haul it in. Now Matt Gorski is at the plate. No count on him as he continues to watch the tall righty from Oregon warm up.
Mid-90s fastball and a wipeout breaking ball. A big uptick in velocity from what the Mariners have already seen today. Scott Pickler going to his best arms here in the 9th, trying to keep this game all knotted up.
Nelson with the Ducks in the Pac-12 this past season. 16 appearances out of the pen, a 3-1 record, and a 3.86 ERA. Collected 37 strikeouts in just 23 innings pitched. So he's ready to go. Takes a little stroll around the mound as Matt Gorski walks back up to the righty batter's box. Corners are up here with no outs in the bottom of the 9th. We're tied at 2 between YD and Harwich. Nelson toes the third base side of the rubber. He comes set just below the belt. Move to second, and no show of a bunt there from Gorski at the plate. So Kerner now out for a discussion, and if you're Steve Englert, are you calling for the bunt?
Yeah, absolutely. The way these two staffs have thrown the ball tonight, it's without a doubt the easiest way. And for against a guy like Nelson, taking a full swing and thinking you're going to get something good enough to get in the outfield, just not in the odds. Not great odds on that with the high fastball and the wipeout breaking ball. So bunt, you'd be your best opportunity to move a runner up.
Rivera off of second, no outs, bottom of the 9th. No count on Matt Gorski. Nelson sets the first pitch. He squares now, pulls it back on a fastball up around the eyes. The count 1-0 now. Corners up for YD. Outfield shifted over to the right just a bit. Gorski's the 8-man. Ben Norman stands on deck. Nelson sets. Square again. Pitch. This one pushed out. Back to the mound. Throw over to third base. Tag applied in time. Great play by Ryan Nelson. And that ball bunted right back to him. Spins. Fires to third for the first out. And YD retires the lead runner.
Well, Nelson out there, a shortstop also at Oregon, able to field his position, spin, and throw to third. In case you didn't know, Nelson started over 50 games this season at shortstop for the Ducks and shows off his infield IQ right there, spins, throws to third for a big first out of this 9th inning.
Well, now a man on first, but Whitey will take that. One out. Gorski at first base, and the 9-man Ben Norman is up. Nelson sets. The first pitch from the righty. Swung on and missed. Boy, Norman couldn't touch that fastball in the outer third.
And then just rears right back and shows why he's also a reliever, too, with that plus fastball.
Gorski with speed off of first base. One out, bottom of the ninth, tied at 2. Nelson sets. To the lefty, 0-1. Breaking ball dips toward the shoelaces and misses. A huge out by Ryan Nelson. The bunt from Gorski pushed right back to him. Spun to third to get their lead man, Gabe Rivera, out. Here's the 1-1. Swung on, and this one slicing down the left field line and will go into the Harwich bullpen. A foul ball.
For most pitchers, bunting it right at them, making them feel their position, may be a smart idea. Make them make the throw under pressure, but not all pitchers started 50 games at shortstop in the spring.
I think that's a great point that you make. I would say not many pitchers in the country will have that going for them. So 1 ball and 2 strikes on the 9-man Ben Norman, who's 0 for 3 tonight. 2 Ks and a ground out. Gorski off of first. Here's the 1-2. Just got a piece of that one to the backstop. Fastball really reaching back for that one.
And we'll see if he goes up and out of the strike zone with this next one. That was his go-to pitch yesterday against Orleans. All 3 strikeouts on that pitch.
Norman hit just 189 for the Iowa Hawkeyes this past season. Nelson, an extended pause, the 1-2 delivery. Just tapped on a half-swing foul, the third base side. That one busting Norman inside on the hands.
Norman struggling to time up that fastball. Just a couple little excuse-me swings on those last 2 pitches. Doing everything he can to stay alive.
Gorski off of first after the failed sacrifice attempt. Norman into the box, the lefty, with 1 out, bottom of the ninth, tied at 2. Nelson, third base side of the rubber, sets. Kicks the 1-2. Swung on and spoiled foul. Into the grass on the left side. Again, a ball and 2 strikes here on the 9-man.
Well, now Nelson has the batter Norman thinking about that fastball. Throwing him a few right at the knees now. Go to that breaking ball. Probably catch Norman swinging way out in front of that.
This will be the 7th pitch of the at-bat. Gorski off of first. Norman settles into the lefty batter's box. Nelson, the tall right-hander, nods the head yes. Now sets just below the belt. Norman calls for time. Nearing 9:10 here. The lights illuminating White House Field. Nelson sets. Here's the 1-2. Swung on and missed. A breaking ball inside. Norman tried to pull the hands in, but couldn't touch that one.
Norman thinking he's getting another fastball, and Nelson starts that breaking ball right off the belt, and then the bottom falls right out of it. Norman can't hold up, trying to cheat ahead for that fastball. That's what good velocity does. It gets in the head of hitters, thinking you need to just gear up and catch up for that, and here comes the breaking ball.
So with 2 away, the 1-man Cam Thompson steps up. Harwich does have a runner on board. That's Matt Gorski at first base. Now 2 outs here in the bottom of the 9th. We're tied at 2. First pitch. Fastball called a strike. Thompson thought about pulling the trigger, pulled the bat back. And a quick word for Jeff Merzell behind the plate. Thompson 0 for 4 tonight. Came into the day hitting .372. That down to .340. Nelson sets below the belt, the righty. Kicks in the 0-1. Another fastball. This one misses outside, though, and the count evens. With 2 outs, bottom of the 9th, all tied up at 2. Mariners were in business to lead off the inning. Brad Debo would double down the left field line. He was pinch ran for, and then a bunt off the bat of Matt Gorski right back to Nelson, the new pitcher. Also a shortstop at Oregon fired to third to retire the lead runner. Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball in the dirt. Kerner, a great stop diving to his right to keep it in front.
And you see Nelson point his glove to Kerner after he gets that ball back. Say, thank you. Keep that guy over there at first.
Gorski off of first. Thompson settles into the left side. Nelson, the righty, sets below the belt, third base side of the rubber. The 2-1 offering. Fastball just misses. Must be an inch or two off the plate. Adam Kerner loved it. A point for his pitcher as he delivered the ball right back to him. Three balls and a strike. 2 outs, bottom of the ninth. A man aboard at first for the Mariners. Here's the pitch. Ball 4, a fastball misses low and in. Now runners on first and second for the 2-man Chris Galland.
Those last 2 pitches did not miss by much. First one just misses off the outside corner, and then that ball 4 right there just missing off the inside corner. A runner in prime scoring position and Gorski out at second.
Here's Chris Galland, 0 for 2. His 2 strikeouts came in the last 2 at-bats. He reached by hit by pitch, scored a run after walking. First pitch. Fastball called a strike on the inner third, just above the kneecaps. Gorski off of second after the failed sacrifice attempt. He reached on the fielder's choice, and Thompson, who walked off of first. Gorski with speed, 24 stolen bases this season with Indiana. Nelson sets the 0-1. Swung on and missed, dialed up a fastball. Now Nelson in the driver's seat, no balls and 2 strikes on the 2-man Chris Galland.
Now we'll see if he raises the eye level, challenges him top of the strike zone and even up and out of the strike zone with that fastball.
Galland hit .316 with Boston College this past spring. Nelson sets, runners off first and second. 1-2. Breaking ball misses just low. Two outs in the bottom of the ninth, all tied at 2 between Whitey and Harwich. 2 men aboard for the Mariners as well, runners at first and second. Galland waves the bat across the plate. Nelson, the 6'4" righty, sets below the belt. Here's the 1-2. Swung on, spoiled foul. Fastball right back over the press box behind home plate. Infield is back for YD. The outfield shifted a bit to the right. Flags waving a little toward left field. Nelson now steps off and points toward Luke Waddell, the second baseman who's stationed just behind that bag. The 1-2. Runners go. Breaking ball. Throw down to second base. Waddell not there. A mental mistake and rather called strike 3. So runners go and the breaking ball. Ryan Nelson retires Chris Galland. The runners don't matter.
That was a nasty pitch right there from Ryan Nelson. It looked like a strike, and Jeff Merzell behind the plate has been just a little hesitant in calling his strike 3s tonight, which is understandable, so we could see down that throw down there. But Nelson does his job, gets out of the inning, and we head to extras.
Through 9, tied at 2 at White House Field. Top of the 10th coming at you next. You're listening to YD Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. To extras we go. Top of the 10th, tied at 2 between YD and Harwich here at White House Field. Brandon Pelter with TJ Mathewson in the night over for Tyler Baum, who did a terrific job out of the pen. It's now Jackson Gillis from Vanderbilt out on the mound.
For Baum, 4 innings, 4 hits, no runs, no walks, and 6 strikeouts on the evening. Now, Jackson Gillis just finishing up his sophomore season at Vanderbilt. So far in this Cape League season, just 1 game, 2 2/3 innings pitched, did not allow a run, struck out 2 and walked none.
Mason Meadows moves behind the plate there after Brad Diebel was pinch run for. Gillis, 6'3", a left-hander, will face the 2-man Noah Campbell, who switches around to the right side for his 5th plate appearance of the day. First pitch swinging, lines this one out into shallow center field. Gorski comes on and makes the catch. Easy first out. Brings up Andrew Dashbach. 1 for 3 today. Singled to left, also hit by a pitch. Now has reached safely in all 12 games that he's appeared for the Red Sox.
He's been a mainstay ever since he arrived here on the Cape in the middle of Scott Pickler's lineup.
Gillis, the lefty, winds the first pitch. Fastball misses outside. Gillis, 6'3", 225. Vanderbilt Commodore. He winds third base side of the rubber. 1-0. Called a strike on the inner third. One out, top of the 10th. And all knotted up at 2 here at White House Field. Gillis winds the 1-1. In high and tight, that misses. A hush has fallen over the crowd. Plenty of hearty souls sticking around here for extras. 2-1 from Gillis. Swung on and driven sky high down the right field line. Gallen giving chase, slides, and he can't make the catch in foul ground.
It's a long way to go to get that ball for Gallen. We've seen him make plays like that against YD this season. Running deep into foul territory to make a catch, but Dashbach, new life now.
1 out, top of the 10th, all tied up at 2. The Red Sox 2 runs on 7 hits, an error. And Harwich 2 runs on 5 hits. They've made an error as well. Terrific pitching here tonight at White House Field. This game continues. Gillis agrees into the wind. The 2-2 from the lefty. Swung on and lined into right field. A 1 out single here for Andrew Dashbach, going the other way with that one.
Back-to-back at-bats with a base hit for Dashbach. Back in the 8th inning, it was to left field, a screamer over the head of the shortstop, Tanner Morris. Now goes the other way into right field for a base hit. YD now with 1 out. A runner on first with 1 out. Cleanup man up, Quinn Cotton.
That brings up Quinn Cotton. Just 1 hit today, 1 for 4. Big opportunity here in the top of the 10th. Dashbach off of first. The lefty Gillis sets. First pitch. Swung on and missed. A fastball past him.
Cotton trying to put Whitey up too with that swing.
Cotton with some power. Hit .390 for the Grand Canyon Antelopes. 5 home runs. 19 doubles as well. Gillis sets third base side of the rubber. Lefty at the belt. The 0-1. Fastball in high and tight. Shortstop Morris. Looks like he's almost, well, he is in double play depth there. But the second baseman Eichhoff stays at home there at his position on the right side. Here's the 1-1. Fastball stays low.
Now, no doubles defense for the Mariners. Third baseman Shunk playing very close to the line at third base. That opens up the hole where the usual position of shortstop is in the left field for a base hit if Cotton chooses.
Outfield extremely deep as well. 2 balls and a strike. The offering. Swung on off the end of the bat. Foul ground right side in the air. First baseman over, and Lipsius makes the catch for the second out.
Now we see Dashbach avoid that fate just a batter before, but Cotton just couldn't keep that ball in fair territory. He pops up for the second out.
Here's Christian Koss, 0 for 4 tonight. Koss with the Honey Badger haircut. Saw Tyrann Mathieu made that one famous. Kind of has the mohawk sort of thing going with that light blonde hair. That was done by Jimmy Govern before he was let go by YD. Dashbach off of first, 2 outs, top of the 10th. First pitch to Koss. He swings and pops it up. Foul ground right side. Lipsius over again and makes the catch one more time. Through 9.5, still tied at 2. Home half of the 10th. And another chance for the Mariners to walk it off. You're listening to Red Sox Baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Tied at 2 between YD and Harwich. Bottom of the 10th inning, and it's still Ryan Nelson out there working for the Red Sox in his second inning of relief.
Was spectacular in that 9th inning. Came in to do one job and one job only, and that's get this game to extras, and he came in and did a spectacular job with 2 strikeouts.
Ended the bottom of the 9th with his second strikeout. Got Chris Gallen looking at the breaking ball. Hit and run was on, so the throw went down to second, but it didn't matter. Strikeout already called by the home plate umpire. It'll be 3-4-5 due up. Aaron Shunk steps up first, 1 for 4, but that won an RBI double with 2 outs to left field. Nelson, the tall righty. Shunk, tall righty as well at 6'2". Nelson winds. Here's the first pitch. Swung on and cued foul to the trees behind the plate. Of course, some youngsters still sticking around, give chase.
Here at almost 9:30 on a Wednesday night. School's out, though.
That's what I was going to say. It's summertime. I probably camp tomorrow, but that's about it.
Who needs a bedtime?
Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball, nasty, but swung on and missed there by Shunk. That one only went about 55 feet.
Now, that one barely made it onto the dirt in front of home plate, but that didn't matter. Shunk guessing fastball and gets the off-speed pitch way out in front of it.
Nelson ahead, no balls, 2 strikes, and the leadoff man here, bottom of the 10th. Into the windup for the righty, 0-2. Fastball just misses away. Nobody on, nobody out. Aaron Shunk leading off the bottom of the 10th. Nelson the 1-2. Swung on and missed. Breaking ball caught cleanly there by Kerner. Shunk still going all the way up the line. He was called out, and the Mariners dugout doesn't like it on the third base side. Here comes Steve Engler.
As they're shouting at Shunk to stay over at first, but the call was made at home plate by the home plate umpire, Jeff Merzell, and he had the best view of that by far. Engler might come out and ask for a meeting with the other umpires, but who better to ask than the guy who's standing right on top of home plate?
That call's not going to be changed. The umpires won't even meet. Didn't think we'd get that as well. I agree with you. Merzell had the best look at it. So with one out, that brings up the four-man, Tanner Morris. Nelson into that elongated windup. The first pitch fouled to the seat's left side. He kind of starts the movement, takes that step, pauses a moment, then goes into things. Morris, the lefty, single up the middle in the eighth. At the lone hit, he's 1 for 4. The 0-1. Skips its way to the plate. A fastball off of home plate umpire. Now courtesy trip from Kerner how to see his pitcher, Nelson. Nobody on, 1 out, bottom of the 10th. Last run scored came back in the 6th. That for the Mariners to tie things up at 2. Nelson into the wind, the 1-1. Swung on and in the air down the left field line. Martinez giving chase in foul ground, makes the catch. Terrific play by Andrew Martinez, running back, extended the glove overhead and made the catch. Great defense from YD tonight.
That's an incredible play. The ball's hit right over his head. Just a little pop-up straight down the line. You're not sure if it's going to land foul or fair, so you got to go all out for it. And Martinez going back full hustle, able to sprawl out, make the catch.
So 2 away here, bottom of the 10th, and Andre Lipsius up at the dish. YD dugout loves it. Nelson, a deep exhale, now into the wind, the first pitch. Swung on and fouled over the fence behind our heads. Lipsius with Tennessee started at first base as a freshman, hit .275. The 0-1 offering. Breaking ball misses low on the outer third. Lipsius hit .315 to lead the Vols. 11 doubles, 7 home runs to go along with that. The 1-1. Breaking ball. Called a strike. That one ends at the belt. Lipsius hitting .275. 1 for 3 so far today. Also reached and scored on a walk. 1-2 from Nelson. That one just slapped foul in the right side. Another breaking ball.
Surprised we didn't see him go back to the fastball right there. Usually after that couple of breaking balls, get the hitters thinking about it. Just fire up a fastball. See what Nelson goes with here.
Nelson still working from the wind. Nobody on. 2 outs, bottom of the 10th. Here's the 1-2 from the righty. Again spoiled. This time it was the fastball into the trees on the right side. Nelson taking his time. He now steps off. Lipsius, the righty, set the bat on the plate for a moment. Now it's over that back shoulder. Here's the 1-2 offering. Just tapped foul.
Well, now that Nelson has Lipsius really thinking about both of his pitches, got to throw something out of the strike zone right here, make him go chase after it.
This will be the 7th pitch of the at-bat here to Andre Lipsius. Nelson doesn't like the first sign he gets from Kerner. Now agrees. 1-2 offering. Fastball on the ground, right side. A Dashbach Fields flips to Nelson and in time to retire the side. Harwich goes down 1-2-3 in the bottom of the 10th through 10, still tied at 2. We go on in extras to the 11th. You're listening to Red Sox baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Top of the 11th, still tied at 2 between YD and Harwich. Scoreboard turns over, and TJ, I don't know about you, but I'm running out of space in my scorecard.
Yeah, I got until the 15th inning, so I'm doing all right on mine. But this matchup between the top two teams in the Eastern Division, I mean, could you expect anything less from this?
First place on the line tonight, the Mariners with 17 points, YD with 16. And it's still Jackson Gillis out on the mound for Harwich. He'll face Johnny DeLuca to start out the top of the 11th. First pitch. Misses away. DeLuca so far 1 for 4 tonight. Singled to center, also reached third base on an E9. The 1-0. Fastball called strike on the inner third.
Now we'll see DeLuca turn around and bat right-handed for, I believe, the first time today.
Gillis winding up, third base side of the rubber, the lefty with the 1-1. Called a strike at the knees off speed. Luke Waddell on deck for the Red Sox. He'll be followed by Andrew Martinez here in the top of the 11th. The 1-2. Fastball upstairs. Gillis here again into the wind for the lefty, the 2-2. Foul tipped into the mitt there of Meadows for the first out.
DeLuca just not able to catch up to that heater. And it's always difficult, I would feel like, switching around from the left side, go right back to the right side, and expect to pick it right back up. Just can't get a hold of that one.
So with one out here in the top of the 11th, Luke Waddell steps in for his second plate appearance. 0 for 1 so far tonight. First pitch. Swung on and missed. Fastball upstairs. Still a good sprinkle of fans at White House Field. First base side for the Red Sox. Third base side fans for the Mariners. The 0-1. Called a strike at the knees. No balls and 2 strikes. Two-two. We're all tied up. Whitey with runs in the second and fifth. The Mariners with runs in third and the sixth. The 0-2. Swung on, grounded, left side, in the hole. Morris is able to backhand. He won't have a play. Bounding ball off the bat of Luke Waddell into the hole on the left side, and Tanner Morris just was not going to be able to get the speedy Waddell out at first.
That's hit at any of the infielders. That's a routine ground out, but Waddell able to place that in the perfect spot in between third base and the shortstop, Morris, and he'll reach with 1 out.
That brings up Andrew Martinez. Gillies sets the first pitch. Fastball called strike on the inside corner. Martinez just leaves the bat on his shoulders in disgust. Martinez 1 for 3 tonight, a single to left. Also reached on a walk back in the second. Waddell leads off first. Gillis, the lefty, sets at the belt. 0-1. Misses away. Adam Kerner, the 9-man, is on deck with Justin out here on the top of the 11th. All tied up at 2. Gillis sets. Here's the 0-1. Runner goes. Throw down to second base. Not in time. Called a ball on the pitch. Breaking ball broke down low. Martinez checked his swing. Now 2-1. Luke Waddell, the go-ahead run on second base. Justin out, top of the 11th.
Great jump on that pitch from Gillis. And just too much speed going down to second. Beats the throw by quite a bit.
Gillis still working from the set here. Waddell leads off of second. Got a healthy lead there. He's going, and this one swung on a slow grounder. The shortstop, Morris, flips across to first in time, but Waddell advances to third base. And now the go-ahead run just 90 feet away with 2 outs.
Waddell didn't even stop to catch his breath at second. Scott Pickler calling. It looked like a hit and run right there, trying to bring across that deciding run. But Martinez just couldn't get that ball to the outfield.
Here's Adam Kerner. 1 for 4, an RBI single. That came back in the second. Another one would put Whitey ahead. You're tied at 2. Late, top of the 11th. Gillis sets the first pitch. Low and inside. 1-0, Kerner ahead here. Adam Kerner at San Diego. The Toreros hit .338 this season. 15 doubles as well. Here's the 1-0. Swung on, lined into left field. Norman coming on. It dunks in ahead of him. Whitey takes the lead, 3-2, top of the 11th. A 2-out RBI single for Adam Kerner.
He did it 9 innings ago, all the way back in the second inning to get Whitey on the board in this game. And then coming up clutch here in the 11th inning. What a huge base knock by Adam Kerner. How about that?
Zach Ashford now up, 2 away. Kerner off of first. Whitey, I'm sure, would love some insurance. They have the 1-run lead, top of the 11th. Gillis, the first pitch. Misses, fastball up and away.
Just see with the aggressive calls here in the inning, the stolen bases, and then just more clutch hitting by Adam Kerner. First base on the first place in the Eastern Division on the line, and his team's delivering.
Mariners with 17 points. Whitey on their heels with 16. 2 points with a win. 1-0. Squares around, pulls it back, and it misses upstairs.
And after such a first week that was a little bit of a struggle. The team's trying to gel, getting to know each other. A lot of temporary players as well. And we see here in week 3, just looking better and better and better. And this is what happens when a team's firing on all cylinders.
Ashford 0 for 5 tonight. The 2-0. Runner goes. It misses inside. Throw down to second, not in time. Kerner standing up. Takes second base.
They're having a field day in this 11th inning, stealing bases on Mason Meadows behind the plate. Both throws down to second base, nowhere close to being in time.
It's 2-0 here on Zach Ashford. 2-1 now. 2 outs, top of the 11th. Whitey leads by a run. Another is 180 feet away. Pitch swung on and missed. Now 2 balls and 2 strikes the count on the one-man Zach Ashford. One of just 2 men for YD without a hit tonight. The other, Christian Koss. Gillis, the lefty, sets at the belt. Looks at second. The 2-2 delivery. Swung on and on a hop to the shortstop, Morris, who flips on to first, not in time. Ashford safe. Kerner around third. Throw goes to the plate. He's in a pickle. They flip it to third base now in a chase down, and he's tagged out from behind by Aaron Shunk. But Whitey, the go-ahead run, thanks to a 2-out RBI single by Adam Kerner. Bottom of the 11th. Whitey can win it. They lead 3-2. You're listening to Red Sox baseball on the Cape Cod Baseball League Network. Bottom of the 11th, 3-2. YD leads Harwich thanks to a 2-out RBI single by Adam Kerner. Ryan Nelson still in for the Red Sox. 6, 7, and 8 due up. Nate Eichhoff to lead things off here for Harwich. Third meeting of the season between these two. YD has won the first 2 of the season. Nelson working from the windup, the righty. The first pitch. Swung on, and this one driven out to left center field. And that drops in for a base hit. Couple hops and off the wall. Eichhoff around first. He's into second easily. And a leadoff double. Mariners are in business.
Well, this is guy Eichhoff enters this game with just 1 hit on the season. And that checks in with his second hit of the game and his 3rd time reaching base. And what bigger moment to have your first double of the season. Here down a run in the 11th.
That brings up Mason Meadows.
The catcher, Mason Meadows.
He came in to catch after Gabe Rivera pinch ran for Brad Debo in the bottom of the 9th. Corners come up here with the runner on second base. Nelson the first pitch. Meadows swings, pops it up right along the fence here on the first base side. Kerner squeezes it for the first out. Boy, you really scratch your head there. Why wasn't he bunting?
With the tying run out there on second, I'm not sure. Thinking that Nelson this is too good of an opportunity to pass up. You might think he's a little gassed out there on the mound, but instead a huge first out here in the 11th. And for Nelson, you got to wonder how the stamina's feeling. One outing of over 2 innings this season. That back on May 12th against Oregon State.
Here's Matt Gorski. Made a big blunder in the 9th. After the leadoff double, bunted one right back to the pitcher. Nelson able to retire the lead runner. First pitch misses low in the dirt. One out. A man at second base. That's Nate Eichhoff for the Mariners. They trail it by 1 in the bottom of the 11th. Nelson sets third base side of the rubber. Righty with the 1-0. Misses outside a fastball. Now 2 balls and no strikes on the 8-man Gorski. 0 for 4 tonight. 3 strikeouts.
These are the guys you want to go after. 8, 9 in the lineup. Do not want to let that lineup turn over.
Whitey looking for the win and to take over first place here from these Mariners. They trailed by just a point. 2-0. Swung on and missed. A fastball. This one low in the dirt. What Gorski offered. Runner at second base. That's Nate Eichhoff. Led the inning off with a double to left center field. 2-1. Check swing. Tapped foul. Now 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Now you see Gorski, a look of frustration on his face after that pitch. Didn't really mean to offer it. Didn't even go around on the swing. The ball just runs in on him and catches his bat.
Nelson a long look in for the signs from Kerner. Glove on the front hip. As Eichhoff leads off of second base. Or Gorski weaves the bat across the plate. He's ready. As is Nelson. 2-2. Swung on and missed. Breaking ball in the dirt. Kerner applies the tag, and now 2 outs in the bottom of the 11th.
Just more filth right there from Ryan Nelson. Buries that breaking ball in the left-handed batter's box. Gorski, just a weak wave and miss at that one. Ryan Nelson 1 out away from securing first place in the Eastern Division.
The left fielder, Ben Norman.
And there's Ben Norman, the last hope for the Mariners. He does have a runner at second base. That's Nate Eichhoff, but Norman 0 for 4 today, 3 Ks. Norman the lefty versus Nelson the righty. The first pitch. Breaking ball. Called a strike on the outer third. Still plenty of Hardy fans here sprinkled across the stands of the ballpark. One of the most vocal, Gary Wilson, super fan for the Red Sox. His team is rather up by a run, the 0-1. Swung on and slapped into the seats on the third base side. Now the Mariners down to their final strike here in the bottom of the 11th.
Nelson's had both of his pitches working tonight. We're going to see what he goes to right here. Whether it be that high fastball or that sharp curveball down in the dirt. Nelson, glove on the front hip, peering into Kerner. He comes set just below the belt. Eichhoff off of second. The 0-2 offering. Swung on and missed. A fastball blown by him. And Whitey wins this one in 11 innings. Adam Kerner, the hero. The 2-out RBI single in the top of the 11th, scoring Luke Waddell. Whitey with a hard-fought win. And shout out to the YD bullpen today. Or, we could just do the whole YD pitching staff in general today. All starting with Brant Herter, 5 fantastic innings. Tristan Baker, 3+ out of the bullpen. And then Ryan Nelson. The final 3 innings of this contest was lights out.
Nelson gets his first win, improves to 1-0. Jackson Gillis tabs with the loss, his first loss to 0-1. Whitey back on the road tomorrow at Bourne. Some interesting weather in the mix, so keep an eye out on Twitter at Whitey_Red Sox for any announcements regarding that game. But again, another hard-fought win, and it all started with great pitching. Brant Herter and Tristan Baker combined to do a terrific job.
Yeah, and you got to give a hat tip to the Harwich pitching staff, too. Just 3 runs allowed over 11 frames, but Whitey able to just scratch that run across against the top pitching staff on the Cape and come out with a win here today at White House Field and move into first place in the East.
Red Sox improve to 8-5-2. The Mariners fall to 8-7-1, and a huge win for Whitey. Again, back in action tomorrow at Bourne, but keep an eye out for a weather update regarding that one. Some interesting weather in the forecast, but for tonight, Whitey 3, Harwich 2. It took 11 innings, but a fun one at that. For my partner, TJ Mathewson, Brandon Pelter saying so long from White House Field.